Alright, so this is mostly for the VOD, for anyone who's stumbles upon this because they're looking up Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, but they want to look for like a modern 15 rune run, because 15 runes aren't super common on the YouTubes. Adjust my stuff here. So there's no guarantee. I'm not like an expert player or anything. There's no guarantee I'm going to be successful in this run, and I'm going to be playing which is functionally a challenge race, which is Octopode. So for anyone not familiar with Crawl, Octopodes are particular and a little unique. Let me turn down the music a little bit while I'm explaining. Ooh. There we go. Turn that on just a little bit. I like to have it on while I'm playing, but while I'm explaining things, not so much. So Octopode's like a particularly unique race because most races in this game you could equip gear. You could equip armor. You could equip body armor, helmets, gloves and boots and cloaks and all that jazz. Octopodes are unique because they basically can only wear regular hats, and then because they have 8 tentacles, they get 8 rings. There's a couple other like unique things about them, but the reason I'm choosing this race compared to the other ones in this background is because I'm using Biolimps because like they need to use magic. Is because they interact with the mechanic I haven't really done on my previous streams, which is shapeshifting. So my previous streams, I did like a Minotaur fighter who, that kind of covers the melee weapon stuff, and you kind of get the idea between dodging and shields and armor, how all that works. And then I did a ranged character, which, that's kind of the other weapon type besides the melee weapons. And then I did a spellcaster, which was an earth elemental, so you branched out into other magic schools to do damage, because that's pretty common with a spellcaster. And we're going to do that on this run, but the only thing I really haven't shown off, because I've shown off gods who have invocations, like Hepliaklakana, and I've shown off evocations, which are just magic items, but I've never shown off shapeshifting. And shapeshifting is a very specific and unique aspect of the game. It's kind of like a separate piece of gear that you get that once you that you have to like train up shapeshifting to use it. It's similar to armor in a sense, especially on Octopode, because some forms give you AC, and when you go into a shapeshifted form, there's usually some kind of like loss of gear slots to make up for the power that shapeshifting gives you. And that's very good on Octopode, because Octopode, as you can see, has no armor slots. We have a hat slot, they can only be hats, then it's all amulets, it's 1 amulet, 8 rings, and weapon and offhand, which could be a shield or an orb or something. Now, some forms will lose your offhand and your weapon. That's pretty common. Like the early game forms to do that a lot, that you'll use. But for the most part, the idea is find a good shapeshifting form and then go into it, because you don't lose any of your rings or amulets. So all the things that make an Octopode powerful, like gear-wise, aren't affected by shapeshifting for the most part, especially the most important shapeshifting abilities. I'm going Fire Elementalist because Octopodes are super weak. You have 1 AC and 12 EV, and you can't wear armor, so you can't get AC up easily, so you are incredibly squishing. Your hit points are, I think, just average, and all you have, you're walking around the game with just 1 AC for most of it, and like mediocre evasion, because you're not like a small race who has an evasion bonus. I picked Fire because Fire has, I think, the strongest starting book, at least for like the first few levels. I think Foxfire and Scorch are the strongest level 1 and level 2 spells respectively for all the book starts. You could maybe argue like Summoner with Call Imp is a little stronger, but I don't think so. I think these are just really powerful. So we're going to, and this is something I pretty much always do on a spellcaster, is I'm going to get like my first point of spellcasting as fast as possible, because functionally, like, your level 1 spell is what you're going to use to carry yourself through the game for this time. If like I train Fire or Conjurations, this spell schools, if I get 1 level in Fire or 1 level in Conjuration, that's going to increase my chance to cast the spell like maybe 2% at best, especially on a 2-school spell. Whereas spellcasting is going to give me 1 more MP if I get a level in it. And 1 more MP is another spellcast. So even at a 9% failure rate, that's functionally 91, that's another casting, which is functionally 91% damage of whatever my Foxfire's damage is. Whereas more damage and slightly better success rate don't matter if you can just cast the spell again. So I get that 1 point super fast, and then I start training up other stuff once I'm going to get Scorch online. Foxfire is really powerful because it spawns 2 little fireballs that track down enemies. Now, the downside of the early fire spells is they can't target, really. Scorch and Foxfire just kind of hit any enemies that are in range of their effects. But the nice thing about that is that means they can hit invisible enemies. They're not bound by your visibility. There's a scarf I can't equip. There's an armor I can't equip. And hey, so I've already got a late game piece of gear that I can't use yet. So let's back up, get my mana back. I don't want to fight this bat without mana. I could probably kill it in a melee fight, but there's no sense in being dangerous. Alright, so this is a talisman. Well, there's a goblin. Okay, killed the goblin. Got my level. Alright, so here's a talisman, Dragon Coil talisman. I need a minimum, kind of 17 shapeshifting to get this online, but it's going to display all the things I was talking about. So this form, it gets rid of all your weapons and all your armor, so you can't use anything in your hands, and you can't wear any armor, so I would lose my hat and my hand item slots. But you don't lose any of your rings or your amulets. And the payoff for that is you get plus 10 strength, which is pretty good for when you're melee attacking things, and you get 3 resistances, which are all good: fire, cold, and poison resistant. This is a usable. This is a form that I can win the game with in the late game. There's another form I prefer, but this is like strong enough that if I can get to 17 skill, I will probably be using this if I don't have anything else. And the main thing here is plus 12 AC, right? Like I'm at a 1 AC. Getting plus 12 or even plus 18 AC if I level up my shapeshifting enough is incredible. Like, combine that with some rings that give AC, I can get above 20 AC on a race that has 0 AC. That's why this is so important. And because it's so important, they actually make you have a bad shapeshifting aptitude on this character, because it would be too good if you get shapeshifting online too fast on this character, kind of. The Octopodes are meant to be a challenge race, basically, so why take the challenge out of making them get transformations up? But I'm going to carry this for a very long time until I find a better form. And there are better forms. The main one people tend to say is like you're looking for is a stone form, especially on an Octopode, because that's the highest AC form. And the main thing you're looking for on an Octopode is AC, not resistances. Back up, cast Foxfire. The one of the like awkward things about Foxfire is it does need like 2 spaces adjacent to you to fire, and it also needs a clear path of effect. So if I cast the spell, say here, you'll see if like there's an enemy to my left here, this one on the right can't pass through me, so you kind of lose damage in corridors that way. But you can like back up and reposition to cast it, and that's kind of common for all spellcasting. Is like positioning is very important. What's up, Derek? Good to see you. Just doing a crawl run. Got my identify scroll, gonna identify my stuff. I'm playing an octopus. Alright, so here's a an altar. Just for like the sake of, so this could be Ashanzari, Nimlek, Zobek, or Jivia. So if I was playing like a regular game and I wasn't trying to do a specific kind of run, this is almost certainly a usable altar. Like all 3 of these options are good. Jivia is good, especially early. Ashanzari is good on basically any character. Nimlex is playable if you have mediocre invocations, and I believe Octo have decent invocation. Yeah, +1 invocation is fine for Nimlex. But I want to get a particular god. It's almost a meme with Octopodes is that there's a one god, the god of money, Gozag, and we're gonna be trying to get him. But if you were exactly in my shoes playing this exact run, I would probably take that altar just to get an early god. Alright, so I got my MP up. So now we're going to train up Conjurations to 2. Get some intelligence from our level up. And once I get this Foxfire much more castable... Ooh, I should go ahead and learn my Scorch. That's very important. Once I get this Foxfire and Scorch more castable and have their power up a little bit, I will get some fighting to get some hit points. So let's get this up to 5. So Scorch is like, I want Scorch basically to be spammable. Scorch has actually got the same damage as Foxfire, 2 instances of 1d9. So Foxfire makes 2 1d9 damage balls at max damage. This does just 2d9 on a random target within 3 squares of you. But Scorch is more powerful because it lowers fire resistance, which means also it can't miss, which is nice. So this means like if you cast Scorch and it does say an average of what's the average of 9 damage? 5? If that is an average of 10 damage, the next attack is going to do 50% more damage, so it's going to do an average of 15 damage. So, like, Scorch is extra damage on all your fire spells. It also makes your Foxfires do more damage, so I can maybe demonstrate this on the next, like, medium health enemy I find. But these guys all just died to Foxfire, so... Alright, here we go. Maybe I can show it off here. So, what you can do is, you can cast Foxfire. Oh, he's too far away, damn it. Alright, I gotta shield this guy before he shoots me to death. I'm gonna die trying to show off how the spells interact with each other. The basic idea is you can cast Foxfire, and then if there's an enemy within 3 squares of you, you can cast Scorch before the Foxfires move. So they'll take the damage, their fire resistance will be reduced, and then they will take extra damage from your Foxfire. That's like the 1-2 combo of Scorch and Foxfire. Like that. Hey look, an artifact robe. If I was any kind of other caster besides an Octopode, I'd be getting +1 AC or +3 AC and resist electricity. Boy, would that be nice. One of the downsides of Octopode is rings are not like a guarantee. Well, they're guaranteed throughout the course of the game, but like they're not common. Rings are naturally uncommon, and you can go 10 floors plus some layer and stuff without ever finding a ring, which is pretty painful on a race that needs 8 rings, right? If it's an uncommon piece of gear, there's also lots of overlap, and there's lots of rings that aren't even good for you. Like a strength ring wouldn't do a whole lot for me. I should skip this one. This is copyrighted, I believe. Ooh. Kill a snake. That's a lot of work, so I'm going to back up a little bit, get some mana back while retreating, and kill these guys with Foxfire. You can see like, I'm very powerful here. I'm killing everything without ever even taking damage, besides that one ranged slug. Bucklers may be worth getting if I don't find a good form. You can use shields, so that's like an important thing on Octopode, is like that's a defensive option that you have. And you need a lot of defensive options on an Octopode. That's much more common on like combat-based Octopodes rather than spellcasters, though, because it does reduce my spellcasting ability, right? It'll add 4% to my Scorch, and I don't want that. But it's not hard to get Bucklers online if you have nothing else going on. There we go, that was the combo right there. Cast Foxfire, the Foxfires come out, but they don't do anything yet. Scorch them, extra damage. Scorch Not Missing is also very good against high evasion enemies, like these snakes. Foxfire is very accurate, but I've seen it... maybe it doesn't miss, but like its damage is lower than just spamming Scorch. So like maybe something with AC won't take damage. Or maybe the damage is so low, like it does 1 damage and you don't notice it. But if you Scorch them, that 1 damage will probably be 2 damage. Or there's granular damage, I believe, in this game, so... Or like it does a damage roll, basically. So it's going to average 2 damage. Here's a little corridor I can't go into. You need a digging wand to get through there. Or shatter. Or be a bug. You could be a formicid. Alright. Ooh, that's dangerous. That's a ogre. Alright, so I'm going to back up. I can probably kill this guy. Because they can't really dodge. Ran out of mana. I might actually die here. Oh, we're gonna push into magic and scorch this guy again. Yeah. I thought I had more mana than I did. I probably need like a couple more levels and a little bit more MP to take to deal with that guy. But it gave me 2 levels, looks like, because I got 216% on my next level here, which is good. So like, we'll get some fighting so that I'm less likely to die in that situation. Get fighting up to 2 here. I should have excluded that ogre and walked away. Ooh, I'm gonna learn. Well, I'm not gonna buy anything yet. I need my gold to start worshiping my god. But this is cool. Yeah. So this is like these some items I can maybe equip because these are weapons. This is resist poison and int 5. Minus resist fire is bad, but if I can find a resist fire ring and equip that, that's like good resistances and plus intelligence, which is what I'm looking for. Ooh, Trident of Venom. I'll take that for sure. Don't need this dagger anymore. I want a warping. Okay, I'll probably get 1 point of evocations for now. At the same time as fighting. Gotta get those online. It's technically better to like wait for one skill to go up and then train another one, but at these low levels they kind of come on so fast I don't really bother. It's much more relevant later. See, like they both just went up. All right, let's keep training. I've got 34 hit points. I probably want 1 more point of fighting then, so I don't get double smited by an orc priest or something. All right, 2 enemies, which is the problem with spellcasters is you're very powerful, but you are contingent on your mana. So multiple enemies means you have to spend more mana, which is dangerous, because you might run out. Alright, we're going to get fire up more. I eventually want to get Inner Flame online, and Conjuration doesn't affect Inner Flame. What's my power on Foxfire? 1d7, 2d6. Okay, so just keep trading fire for now. Alright, we've explored this floor. Let's click this. Okay, well, it's a Chant Armor Scroll. Not a very useful scroll for an Octopode unless you find, like, a hat. Alright, see, there's an Orc Priest. I have enough hit points that... Ooh, a second Orc Priest. A Wand of Fire. Ugh. Oh, no, that wasn't a Wand of Fire. Okay, so... I am going to turn the corner and try to run for my stairs here. I'm going to cast some Foxfires to kill that guy. I can't die to an Orc Priest right now. Okay. Just in case I was getting by the stairs, but I could have just Foxfired them to death. It's all good. But you never know. Like, your Foxfires might just low roll damage, and you have to have an escape plan. It's very important on this kind of character, too, because, like, you are super frail. I've got 1 AC. Everything does its damage to me. Basically, when you right-click an enemy, it says, this guy will do max damage of 7. You have to assume he will do 7 damage. You have no AC. There's a null. Usually this deep in the thing, there's gnolls come in packs, so we're going to back up just in case. Get my mana back. Bunch of orcs who can probably dot a foxfire. Yep. Another scarf I can't equip. Yep. There's another gnoll. That guy can actually make other gnolls faster, which is annoying, but there's no other gnolls nearby, so I don't have to worry about that just now. Alright, I got my mana back. Scorch him. It makes you weak, but I'm just casting spells, so I don't think it matters. Yes, this was a pack of gnolls, but... Alright, this guy's super dangerous if I don't kill him before he gets in melee range, because he can put me to sleep. Ooh, there's another form, but I think this is a bad form, right? For an octopus, at least. There's no AC, there's no resistances, you lose your offhand, which is one of your few slots, yeah. This is like a really good form for non-octopode runs, like because it's really strong on melee damage and unarmed combat, but... the shapeshifting forms also do like focus on unarmed combat a lot. As you saw with that form and with this dragon form that I've got, they increase your unarmed combat damage by a lot too, so... That's something we probably eventually do, depending on, like, if we find a really good weapon in stone form, which is the form I'm gunning for, you might still use the weapon, but we'll see. Alright, so this is one of the most dangerous enemies you can run into early game. I've got 46 hit points. This is a centaur. He does 7 damage. I'm going to try to kill him with Foxfire, so I don't run into him again. Okay, well, my Scorch hit another enemy. There's another centaur there, too, so that's a super dangerous staircase. Ooh, can I get away from this guy? Nope. Right, we gotta go upstairs here, so I don't fight more than one guy. Let's try another staircase. Okay, this one is in centaur range. Okay, so we're gonna go there, wake him up, and blast him with Scorch. There we go. Let's get another point of dodging here. So I need to get like, let's get dodging. I need to not die, so let's get dodging and fighting up to like 4 apiece. Alright, enough time's passed. Maybe some guys have left here. Okay, so just enough Eptus. Go down. This guy's gonna corrode me, but I'm not attacking with weapons, so I'm not... as long as I can kill him fast, it's not a big deal. So another cool thing about Foxfire is it does create like things that are on the map. So this guy who's shooting arrows, he can't actually shoot me if the Foxfires are in his way. That's much more relevant like in corridor-based situations like that one, but you can like stop a guy from shooting you sometimes if your Foxfires line up well. Okay, that's Pickle. Pickle's very dangerous. Just because he comes with a whole bunch of guys. And those guys eat up your MP. Ooh, that's an Oracle Warrior. That guy's got a lot of hit points. 28 hit points is a lot to get through. Can I kill him? I can definitely kill his buddy. Problem is they're shouting. I probably need max mana to deal with that guy, but I don't want to be in melee range with him when that happens, so... Go down a different staircase. This is a common way to play Octobo, to just walk up and down different staircases. So there's Pickle. He's got a... Oh, he's got a freaking Wand of Light. That's probably just going to kill me unless I can Inner Flame him. Got him. Okay, so hopefully I can nuke him. There we go. Okay, I killed him. Inner Flame puts Immolation on someone if you see me using Immolation scrolls before. It's very dangerous because if they're in melee range, they'll blow up and kill you, but it's very powerful, as you can see. It does a lot of damage if you can get it online. Let's get hexes up to 2 so it's a little more castable. Oh well, let's get hexes up to 3 so it's a little more castable. Alright, well, probably don't need more hexes. What's it at now? It's at 3%? Yeah, okay. I meant to make that 3, not put all of my Pickle XP into it, but here we are. Let's get fighting up to 5. Let's make a break for the stairs, and then pick up that light wand, which is very useful. Alright, kill the invisible guy. Let's go downstairs, get my mana back. Pick up this light wand, which is very useful. I probably want Evo up at 2 now. Just make this a little more effective. Alright, so now that I've got Inner Flame, I can set this guy on Inner Flame. And so now my spells do way more damage. Here's another combo. You Foxfire, he's Inner Flamed, you back up. You Foxfire, you back up. Well, he's not getting... I have to tell you here. Damn. Because like the idea is the Foxfire would hit him, do damage, cause the Inner Flame to proc, set him on fire. But that just didn't happen. The Orc Priest was taking the damage, or I just wasn't breaking through his AC, which happens sometimes. Alright, so that guy's invisible. Let's see if I can kill him this way. There we go, killed him. Get my intelligence up. Go up some stairs, heal up. Go down some stairs. This is a very dangerous floor. I had to use a couple of consumables. I should have used my Wand of Light on that guy once I interflamed him, to be honest, because that just would have worked. Alright, there he is. He's still a little hurt. Okay, I can interflame him. There we go, got him. So I just scorched him, blew him up. You can imagine that making someone explode does good AoE damage, and that's kind of like Fire's only good AoE option early in the game. What do I want at this point? Okay, I think I just want more fighting. You can never go wrong. If you don't know what to train, fighting's always good, because it's hit points. Is my Foxfire at max damage? No. So I probably get another point of fire, too. I will probably eventually train Conjuration, so let's check my spells. So if I got Frozen Rampart. Frozen Rampart is a very powerful spell. It kind of deals with most things that are immune to fire, too. And it doesn't take a whole lot to get online, and once it's castable, it kind of just does the same damage. And I'm going to learn this, and then we're going to... I don't need this fighting, actually. We're going to get Ice Magic up to, like, 5? It's probably where you want that to be. I'm going to focus on that. I still haven't found a single ring, which is not uncommon for octopodes. Some runs you'll have a million rings, some runs you won't have any. Okay, finally found the temple. This goes back here. Nope. Okay, so the god I wanted is not in temple, which sucks. Now, this is not an advisable path. You pretty much always take a god in temple, just whatever's best, but I want the guy. I want Gozak. I want to show off the typical octopode run. Alright, let's use my scrolls here. So like I said, do as I say, not as I do. I would have used that original Fated Altar in, like, Thor 2 or whatever. Alright, so these are all... It's got some good utility scrolls here. Sure I haven't missed him. Yeah, haven't missed the god I'm looking for. There's Crazy Yuf. Crazy Yuf has a cloak. That's like the main reason you kill him. I don't need that cloak. What's this guy's resistances? He's resist fire. It's a 19%, but... Okay, there we go. So he resists fire, so I gotta scorch him. I'm gonna hit him with light. So the way Frozen Rampart is it puts like an ice area around you on walls, and so any tile next to a wall gets a little ice damage constantly done. There you go. Killed that guy before he could doom me too much. That guy applies doom, which really is mess you up. Yeah. It's got ice magic up, so this is castable. And Frozen Rampart is just a good spell in general. It's just a really strong spell, and it doesn't take very long to get online. It's the best spell in the Ice Book, so I can just be a good Feist and Iron Mage at the same time. And Octopodes have, like, basically completely flat aptitudes on everything except stealth. Maybe get a little more stealth, and, like, a couple of things that usually have positive attributes. The only spell school they're actually good at is Alchemy, but I didn't want to do an Alchemy run because it's a little... I find OTR boring. I find Interflame much more exciting for the purposes of a run. There's a lot of enemies in here. Some of them are fast, so... I'm going to back up till the fast ones catch up with me, and I get some mana to deal with them. I can Frozen Ramparts at this point, right? So let's... Frozen Ramparts. There we go, got it online. As you see, it kind of like constantly does damage to them, which is good. It's got Blink. I should probably learn Blink. I haven't missed a dart, right? No. Also, because it does cold damage, it can, like, any reptilian enemies can get slowed by it, which is fun. Maybe I can show it off here. See? You see he's got a little hourglass icon above his head, making him slow. Which is very strong in layer, because there's a lot of, Okay, that guy can blast me to death with LRD, which is also very good against using Frozen Rampart, so... I'm gonna come here, see if I can wake him up. There we go. So I'm away from anything that he could... He can cast this spell called Lee's Rapid Construction, which blows up a wall, basically, and if you're next to that wall, you take a bunch of damage. Can I Interflame him? Yeah. Well, I messed up. I'm just going to Scorch. There we go. So you don't want to fight that guy while standing next to a wall, which is really hard in a dungeon full of walls. Come on, Ice Magic, go in. Let's get this up to 6 now. This is castable, right? 4%, yeah, that's definitely good enough. The downside for some martial arts is it does kind of need you to be in melee range to use it, but you need melee range options on an octopode. This guy's not running anything. Doesn't have anything like, yeah, he just carries a very dangerous quarterstaff that we don't want to deal with. Yeah, let's leave Yuff alone. That's a strong shield. I might use that eventually. A stronger shield if I ever get shields online. Identify some potions. Haste and Brilliance, very good to know. Make sure I haven't missed my god. Yep, no go zag. Ooh, this guy's like really resistant to cold, so I have to scorch this guy down. He also slows me. Ugh. There we go. Ugh. Dangerous. That's the downside of octopodes. You are frail. There's Gozag. So Gozag has a bunch of gimmicks, a bunch of fun gimmicks. The number one gimmick is anything you kill turns to gold. This means you can't, like, get scales from a dragon or troll leather armor from a troll. But it also means, like, even ghosts and stuff leave gold behind, so things that don't have corpses give you gold whenever you kill up Gozag. And all of Gozag's abilities are powered by gold. It's kind of like piety. So, like, you've seen me with previous gods, when you kill an enemy, like with Okowaru on Minotaur, when you kill something, you would get piety, and you would use that piety for abilities. Gozag kind of works the same way, it's just you use gold instead, but this gold can also be used to buy things in stores. So the main ability that Gozag has that you're going to be using throughout the game is Potion Petition, at a cost of 400 gold, which seems like a lot right now, but you get a lot of gold with Gozag. You can get a random choice of like 3 options of multiple potions, typically, and that's really strong, because potions are a limited resource that are very powerful, and this is like one of the strongest abilities in the game, because you can just kind of, once you get enough gold, you can just kind of spam it until you get the potion you want. And you get hasted, get brilliance, which makes spellcasting stronger, might make you attack harder. It's kind of like, you know, Okowaru gave you speed and strength with heroism and finesse. You can just use Potion Petition to get haste and might, and it's basically the same thing. So this ability is functionally as good as like the keystone abilities of Okowaru. Then you've got the most important late game ability, which is Bribe Branch. This lets you drop 3,000 gold, and then any enemies in a particular branch, and branches are like, I'm in dungeon, Lair's a branch, the S branches are branches, Zot is its own branch. Basically, you spend 3,000 gold, and that creates like a resource pool that is used to bribe or make neutral enemies on the floor. So the main way you use this is you clear the first few floors of a dangerous branch like Zot or like Vaults, and then you drop Bribe Branch before the final floor, which is extra dangerous. And then when you go to the final floor, suddenly you have a bunch of really strong enemies on your side. So it's good to save enough money to have Bribe Branch online for the ultra late game. So once you get enough money, you can kind of use that. And then there's this one called Merchant. This is sort of a trap most of the time. You spend around 800 gold to summon one of 3 merchants on a list it gives you. This is like a noob trap, because like the average merchant is bad. There's just nothing good in there. But if you're doing an ultra late game run and you're kind of looking for one resist or something, you can kind of spam call merchants until you find a jewelry store or an armor store to kind of fill out your slots. So it's not useless, it's just a lot of people will blow their money on this instead of saving it for their really good abilities. And finally, Gozag has like a passive ability that whenever an enemy sees a gold pile near you, they might like get stunned by it. Oh, my first ring, a ring of slaying. It's actually like a really powerful ring, but I'm not using a lot of melee combat, but it'll be good if I need to stab someone with this trident, so can't complain. Obviously would have preferred like a ring of wizardry or mana, but... So I'd like to have each Foxfire, Conjurations, Fire, Ice, Hexes, and Blink get better. So I probably want one more point of spellcasting. This is like unusual. I don't think most people don't think of spellcasting in the sense that like it makes all of my spells better. They tend to think of spellcasting as like improve one spell until you can cast it. But making everything a little bit better when you're like at 2% and 3% and getting mana in the process, I think is reasonable. Especially when it's like early on and it's not that expensive. Like it's a 4.8 compared to if I wanted to get fire up, it cost me twice as much. Now fire would be better for my fire spells, but it wouldn't be good for my ice spell or my translocation spell, or my hex spell, or my conjuration spell, right? Ring of Strength. Okay, I'm really good in melee combat, even though I'm not a melee character. Very fun. That's a dangerous enemy. I'm going to Frozen Ramparts, because that's guaranteed damage. There we go. Frozen Ramparts is also very mana efficient. It kind of just sets its damage up, and... This guy faster than me? He is. Okay, so I'm going to Frozen Ramparts him, because he's resistant to fire. It reduces fire with Scorch. There we go, and he's dead. This is what I mean, like, enemies who are resistant to fire. Oh, hey! This is like the ultimate, this is one of the ultimate early game talismans. I wish, there's 2, like, level 0 talismans you can equip. And I didn't find the other one, which is for spellcasting. But this one's still funny, because, like, anytime any enemy who attacks you takes 1d2 damage. And, like, makes leveling up shapeshifting a little early and getting some benefit out of it nice. So this would remove my helmet, my gloves, my boots, my barding, and my cloak. But I can't equip anything in any of these slots anyhow. So it's literally no cost, and it's just some free bonuses. It also stops anything from constricting you, which is useful in some cases. It does take the helmet slot away, which I can use with hats, but... So here's a perfect example of Frozen Ramparts working. Bam. I can actually just kind of stab all these guys as they walk in instead of wasting mana. Alright, well, they're getting stunned by Gozag. A little dis-synergy there, but... You can just catch Frostfire if they're standing still. Damn, that's a lot of orcs. I'm out of mana. Well, I'm trying not to fight these guys in melee at this point because I have enough fighting and dodging. And I've got a Slaying Ring, which is nice. Alright, so let's get Ice up one more point. Try to get this a little higher damage and a little more castable. And once you get like enough levels, you just kind of have the hit points and the fighting. Like fighting makes you better at melee, so you can still just melee guys who are pretty weak without blowing mana. Alright. So Grum is very dangerous, and I don't have a Frozen Rampart, so we're going to go down a different staircase. He has like a whole pack of wolves behind him that you couldn't see there. So this is probably the lair entrance. There's a bear. I can kind of just back up and set up Foxfires. Ooh, that's a Komodo Dragon. Okay, so can I Inner Flame this guy? Maybe, but I want a Frozen Ramparts here. Once he gets in range, because that makes him slow. Alright, there's a bear. That bear's coming to my Frozen Ramparts, but I don't want to waste my mana because I probably have to recast Frozen Ramparts here. So I'm going to poison him, so he takes damage while he's berserked. Yeah, see, I knew I was going to have to recast Frozen Ramparts in a second. Alright, let's get some more fighting. Hard to go wrong with fighting. I can probably fight this frog in melee, yeah. The Slay Ring makes me way stronger in melee than I would normally be. Alright, let's back up and fight this guy with Ramparts up. There we go. Should I put some points in polearms? Probably. I mean... Let's get evocations up to 3. This is super cheap. So it's at a 1.3. How long would it take me to get this down to just a 1.0 so I can actually just stab things with Frozen Ramparts up? It's pretty low XP investment, but I'd probably rather get... Ooh, Silver Javelins. Those would be much useful much later. Alright, so there's Grum again. It's almost certainly the lair entrance. I don't have Poison Resist. I'd like to get Poison Resist up before I go to lair, but sometimes you gotta deal with it. There hasn't been any, like, Oh, I've got Polar Vortex. So Polar Vortex is viable, so I probably want to actually focus on Ice Magic. So this is a game-winning spell that if I'm doing a 15 rune one, I want to online anyhow. And Meth Cloud's available. I'm gonna go buy Meth Cloud and try to get that online. I'm gonna do that by ignoring these wolves and going to a different staircase. Yeah, Grandma's moved. I'm gonna go learn Meth Cloud, because that's like a really strong spell in lair. It's also like a thing to do with my XP. So Meth Cloud is Conjurations. Hold on, I gotta learn it. So Conjurations, Alchemy, which I'm good at, so I'm gonna focus on Alchemy and get this up to 5. Get Conjurations up to 3, and Air Magic, these are the 3 spell scrolls it uses, up to 3. It's almost cast. 28% is kind of castable right now, but not like very castable. Anything else I can buy with my gold? I don't have a whole lot. 600. I think no, I don't. Not yeah. This is a resist poison. If I could find resist fire, I might get that, but it's not super relevant. But Yara's and Polar Vortex. That's a very good. Even Dragon's Call is like a late game spell, the level 9 spell. I think we'll live without it for now. This is the typical spellcaster experience, like, hey, I'm a fire elementalist, but, ooh. Alright, so I got marked, so we are running away. Going down a different staircase, so every enemy in the game is, like, on this floor is, like, in this area now. So that's super dangerous. Oh, never mind, I guess Grum's here. Yep. I don't want to fight this guy with no hit points, even with all my gold there. That could stun him. So, get this up, blast him. There we go. There's like a argument to be made to just leave the gold on the floor so you can retreat to it and fight by it, but... Oh, here's the other level 1 talisman that's actually really relevant. I'm probably not going to use it. So this is a really interesting talisman because it you can use it early on, but by putting it a few points in shapeshifting, you get a bonus on all of your skills to all of your spellcasting. So this is like the ultimate early games get your spells online thing. But I've got all the spells I want online besides Meth Cloud, and the XP I would put into shapeshifting to make that good would be better used just like getting Meth Cloud online faster, you know. All right, so the making people explode makes a lot of noise, so we're gonna get my mana up by the staircase just because I gotta leave. Alright. Alright, yeah, there is lair. I'm gonna clear this floor so I can, you know, retreat, but... Great Claw is also a spell that's like really strong at a minimum investment. Cause like it's 2 to functionally lock someone in place. Might learn that. It's like only like 5 necromancy to get online. But definitely Meth Cloud first. Alright, so here's another cool thing about Frozen Rampart is it clears out enemies from a distance too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to Inner Flame this guy. And I can stab him with a polearm through his buddy. And if... Ooh. Well. Alright, almost died there. Blew up my own Inner Flame on myself. They swapped position. I killed... Basically, the Frozen Rampart killed a guy who was close to me. Faster than I could kill the other guy, which isn't typical, but maybe that was a bad strategy. I've done that before, but that did not go well. So, what's cheaper? Conjurations and Air Magic are still cheaper. I could probably kill this guy from a distance. And go up and heal. Oh, hello. Alright, so... That guy can summon some very dangerous demons. I'm glad I didn't get wrecked by it. Oh, that one guy had a whip of electric whip. That's a super dangerous early game weapon to see on an enemy. Alright, so let's get near the wall and attract this guy. There we go. Alright, so I imagine F Cloud's basically online at this point. It's like 1 more point of that, maybe 1 more spellcasting, get a little more mana. Get F Cloud online. Spellcasting is very good on a 3-spell school, or 3-school spell, because functionally spellcasting is worth on a 1-school spell. Spellcasting is worth 1 point of spellcasting is worth 1/4 of a point of your spell school. But with Meth Cloud, because it's got 3 different schools, it's basically worth like half. Well, it's like it's actually worth a third, right? It's like worth a half on a 2-spell school. Ooh, I have no resist fire. That guy is super dangerous because I do not have any resist fire. Maybe I can blind him because he does a lot of damage. I want to fear him because I took a lot of damage from that steam ball and I don't want to take it again. I'll fight him on this staircase here. And he high rolled me on that first steam ball. I really love some resist fire too. Preemptively frozen ray parts here. Fight him. Oh, that guy's not an enemy. Funny. Oh, that's a Zom thing. Yeah, Zom altar. Pestil's potentially useful. Always check your spells because you'll just incidentally pick up spells. Lahudib's Crystal Spear is a very powerful late game single target nuke. I think I used it on my Gargoyle run, so. Doo-doo-doo. Alright, so I think we can go to layer now, even though I don't have poison resistance. You just have to live with the fact that sometimes that happens. Ooh, a Gargoyle. That guy is resistant to like fucking everything. Oh no, that's a War Gargoyle. So I'm gonna get that guy's attention and bring him into my frozen ramparts. There we go. Haven't found any other interesting talismans, right? Yeah. Yeah, I really wish I could have found this one early, because like you can kind of just use this to get all your spells online super fast while training shapeshifting, and then get other stuff online. But now that I've got like a decent weapon and frozen ramparts where I want to kind of be able to attack while in frozen ramparts, not that great. Wave of Frost. I have no resist cold. Right, there's not even an item I can buy. Oh, this is good. So water. I'm an amphibious character, so I can like walk around in deep water. It's pretty cool. So the dangerous thing about a ice cave, which is the is that it's the damage there is really high, and the enemies do ice damage, which if you don't have resist cold is very dangerous. Let's get fighting up to 8. This guy's very severely poisoned me. Alright, so I've stunned him with my Gozagnus. So now I can frozen ramparts again. There we go. Alright, it's distant, so it's closer this way. So it's probably to the left here. Yeah, okay, so the upside is I use fire magic, right? I've got fire magic. Fire magic's very good against ice enemies. Downside is like there's usually statues and stuff there, which is might need to get Conjuration online just for Flame Wave. I hate Flame Wave. Okay, so it was close here, but it's very distant here. Is it to the bottom right? There, yep, bottom right. I looked in every direction. It wasn't. Funny. Alright, so I'm gonna check it out. Alright, so these enemies are not. So this is probably the most dangerous part of this dungeon for me here. So I might as well, because I can't be next to a wall. Those enemies aren't cold resistant, like the frozen ramparts of them. Okay, so see, I can pull this guy. He's a polar bear, so polar bears are resistant to cold damage, but this is a great place to use your evocables. It's a dangerous zone, so I'm gonna potion petition here. Haste, enlightenment, resistance. Haste and heal wounds seems good. Haste and brilliance also seems good, but I want the heal. Alright. A lot of enemies who are kicking my ass here. I'm gonna blind him. Put some poison darts at him. Blind him again while he's berserk so he doesn't insta-kill me. Ooh, alright. Yeah. Ice caves are dangerous. There's just a lot of tough enemies here, but the rewards could be very good. Alright, so I want to fight these guys separately, so. Okay, so a lot of things here are vulnerable to fire, so that does make my little combo really strong, but ice statue is really hard to deal with. Okay, some heal potions. Ooh, I pressed the wrong. I just moved right through that guy, which I should not have done. Okay, so I don't have my blink scroll yet. That might have just killed me. Crap. Alright, heal wounds. Summon, move back. Oh, Christ. I'm gonna haste, heal wounds. I don't have a lot of money, so I got like one more potion petition in me. It's frozen ramparts. This is bad. I need to blind this guy so he doesn't kill me. Stab this guy from behind enemies. Or from my summons. Alright, whew. Dude. Yeah, that was the dangers of just clicking through. Oh. Well, a lot of consumables there. I'm not too worried about using potions on a Gozag run, because eventually I could just potion petition, which I have more money. But, yeah. Using that summon scroll, pretty rough. Can you inner flame this thing? It's got infinite will, but inner flame is different sometimes. No, okay. So I can't inner flame this thing. I need resist cold to deal with that guy, so I hope I can, like, find a resist cold ring or something going this way before I find another ice statue. Alright, so here's some water. I can definitely cheese some enemies with some water. Not a nice giant. I cannot beat a nice giant. That guy can just blast me with a bolt of cold that does my entire hit point bar in one blast. I don't have an MO. I have MO scrolls. So, alright. So if I can quaff a potion of resistance. Alright, I'm gonna do a risk here. This is not bad. Moonshine is bad. Willpower's fine. It's a might potion. That was a cancellation potion, which got rid of all the buffs I just did. Okay. So I don't have cold resist. I think the wise thing here would be to just leave. Just cut my losses and leave. Because, like, that guy just does so much damage with a bolt of cold. But I do have an immolation scroll and a wand of light. I can, like... Death attacks are also very dangerous. Okay. Let's say, okay, I'm going to MO scroll here. Back up. Back up. Let them come into view. Blind this guy so he can't shoot me anymore. I hope I can blow up. Back up one more space so he doesn't... He blows up in a 2-tile radius because he's big. Just gonna keep blinding him, keep blowing... There we go. Alright, that's the boss of this entire level defeated. And that's a super dangerous enemy that makes me way better at my spells. Alright, so let's get more fighting. You know what? Let's get, like, 5 points of pole arms. I think that gets me enough to... I probably need, like, 8. Like, I want to be able to stab people with my frozen ramparts up. Okay, that's another tough enemy. Can I... I can Meth Cloud to confuse him? So I'm abusing the fact that I'm amphibious and these guys aren't, by just hiding behind this water. I can MO scroll again. Back up. Blow myself up there a little bit. But I can survive one MO scroll explosion, not 2, so not the end of the world. Let's get dodging. What's my trident at right now? My trident is 1.0, so I probably want like one more point of trident, maybe up to 7. Let's get dodging up to 7 while we're at it. Alright, so I healed a lot. Cleared a whole lot of enemies here with my MOs. This guy just blasted me with ice a bunch of times. Okay. Heal up. Alright, so... I found a tower shield with cold resistance, but that does not give me cold resistance. I didn't find I was hoping to find like an artifact or a ring that gives me cold resistance. This is late game cold resistance, but I can't equip this right now because it would just turn off all of my spells. This is like the big loot portion of the dungeon though, so I'm gonna make a bunch of fire clouds here. I got one warping one. Let's get this guy away from me, or not. Annoying. All right, so I can run away from this guy. Get to my water here. Try to get that guy. So I have a very low chance to work for my inner flame to succeed, but I can kind of do it infinitely from the safety of my water here. Mana back. He's got good resistance, but it's just a waiting game now. He's just a free sack of XP that I will eventually get. There you go. Alright, my pole arm is at 0.9, so we can actually stop it now. Fighting up to 10, let's get dodging up to 8. My defense is up. What defenses I do have. Okay. Can I meth cloud this guy and then get some distance here? Need a better angle here. Or I could just fail to hit him. Alright, now he's confused. So he's very likely to walk in the wrong direction. And then I can just run away. Dragging him along with me until I get to my safety water. This is very much abusing the amphibious nature of an octopode. There we go. Despite being a very dangerous enemy, dealt with. So the problem is Detiacs are enemies who could just show up in regular layer. So I've been doing all this in Can I kill this ice statue with just foxfires? Probably not. He's probably gonna like blast me with a freezing cloud in a second. Yeah. I can heal up. Try it again. Ow. There we go. I've got a fire cloud on by blowing up the thing he summoned. Got him. Alright. So I could have always feared that this way, but I'm glad I found the water because the water was a much more abusable entry to dealing with this place. So this was probably not worth it. I mean, this shield could be useful at some point in the game, but it's not useful now. But it was a lot of XP. And a good bit of gold, so I've got my potion petition all on, which is good. These are blink frogs. They're jerks. I really would love some resist fire. I would kill for resist fire. I should probably start training up a little bit of shapeshifting just in case I do find like one of the good shapeshift or like mid-game shapeshifting items. Like just some easy points in it. So I'm not super far off when I find something. Alright, so I got shafted. Got a frozen ramparts here. Drop a meth cloud here, confuse that guy. You can just kind of stab these guys while they're confused. Yep, good. Oh, I didn't get shafted. I got teleported to the only area I haven't cleared. Back up to that guy's on the wall, so he's gonna... Basically, I was backing up so he would, like, move towards me, but slowly, like, move towards the wall so he would come into my frozen ramparts. Alright, there we go. I'm probably playing a lot riskier than a better player would, but it is fun. Moving back up into this little corner here. That means everything's frozen ramparted here. Alright. Ooh, a new ring. Ooh, that guy's very dangerous. So, this guy can, like, do 40 damage, and I've got 80 hit points. But he's got a ring. Do I have apportation? No. I really, really like that ring. Who knows what, like, that ring could be anything. It could be an AC ring, even. This guy does get wrecked by frozen ramparts. I would love some Curare, but I don't have it. I'm going to go ahead and burn a Brilliance Potion here. This is actually very wasteful, but... Alright, so he can't see, so now I can just blast him. I think this is going to be worth my wand. Alright, yeah. Burned a couple of... Ring of Flight, not very good. I burned a couple resources to get a ring from a dangerous enemy, and it wasn't very much. Alright, so this is a segregated level. Like a mountain back in that little area, but I have to go through a different staircase to get there. I need to remember that my late game plan should be ice. Ooh, I found permafrost direction. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and call it on anything I'm training right now to get permafrost eruption online. Let's get you up to like 10 and S up to 10. Hopefully I find a Ring of Wizardry, because this is like a go-to like mid-game clearing spell once you get this online. I've already got it at 99%, so as I train it'll start to gain percentage points. But basically this like blasts areas with ice and rock, and it's a good way to do damage to people who are resistant to cold. And the cold damage, it does cold and physical damage, and it bypasses AC with the cold damage, which is great. It's also, it doesn't miss, which is very useful. Let's get my frozen ramparts out. I can probably just spear these guys. These guys aren't so tough that I can't just kill them with my... This is why I train polearms. It's like, I can just drop frozen... Once I have... I only really did it because I have frozen ramparts up. Because like frozen ramparts makes you way stronger at just fighting things. So we got Nagas. So we got Snake Pit. Oh, that guy just wrecked my shit. Yeah. Having no AC sucks. These guys are resistant to poison, so that makes my trident a lot worse. I like to fight here because I've got my all my money here, which can like confuse guys. So with my polearm. Nice thing about first ramparts is like once you get enough spellcasting, like by the time or in enough ice skill, so it lasts longer. I believe the duration is based on its power. You spend 4 mana to cast it, and by the time it's done, you typically have close to 4 mana again, so you can kind of like keep casting it over and over again while fighting. So It's kind of a funny little dungeon layout. It's really good for frozen ramparts. It's kind of like an ice run almost. Like if I had opened up with the ice book, I'd be using frozen ramparts like this. But you've seen how good Scorch, Foxfire, and even Interflame can be. So, yeah, the concepts, like the premise of this run's not totally lost. What's a Hydra? I want to back up and have all my mana for that guy, and I want distance if I can help it. Alright, so that Hydra can see me. He's 5-headed, which isn't the worst. I don't have Permafrost option online. I'm actually going to back up here. Hydras are a little slow, so you can kind of run away from them. Get all my mana back, because I really don't want to melee that guy. I'm going to keep shouting. Hopefully the Hydra will come my way. It did lose vision of me, so... kind of scared about turning these corners, because the Hydra's going to hanging out. I might get meleeed. Okay. Make sure he's not hiding over here. It's a blink frog. Okay, there's the Hydra. It's Frozen Rampart. Every time I use one of my remaining few light ones, so he doesn't hit me as easily. Blow up that frog that was on the Frozen Ramparts with Inner Flame. Get this guy in a Fire Cloud and an Ice Wall. So the downside is that Fire Clouds can set trees on fire, so we gotta back up so we don't get killed by a forest fire. So that one I had a much longer line of sight, so I can get some more spells off. Wasn't super worried about that. Another cool. Here's a really good thing about Foxfire. Those little electric eel guys are super dangerous for like most characters, because like they're so usually so far away and they're blasting with lightning constantly. But Foxfire just kind of tracks them down, hits them for damage, and then puts them in a cloud of steam because they're always in water. Another reason I like Fire Elements I talked about is like the fire combination with water. Like you're really good at fighting in water, so you can like lure people into water, hit them with fire spells, put them in a cloud of steam for free. Just a lot of extra damage that you can like abuse. Can I get this guy interflamed? Yeah. So I'm gonna try to blow this guy up while he's not next to me. This is the combo of like Frozen Ramparts plus Interflame plus a polearm. Is you can like set up a little quarter like this. Interflame someone, they're getting damaged by the Frozen Ramparts, which triggers the Interflame. You stab them from a distance with the polearm while the guy in front of you like is blocking him from getting close. That's what I was trying to do with the Yaks earlier, but that like they swap positions or whatever. Well, that's probably a bad idea. That guy's gonna blow up and get close to me. I think I just need to run. That elephant's actually got too much hit points for me to prevent from getting close to me while I've got him interflamed. Alright. So I can set up Frozen Ramparts. That's right. He can block me at a while, so I got to get up. He can push me, which breaks my Frozen Ramparts. The downside of Frozen Ramparts is you have to stand still for it to work. I guess I didn't mention that earlier, but this guy can push me out of it, so I have to like put my back against a wall or a tree so he can't push me anymore. And this is like a really elaborate layer. There's probably gonna be like a mountain back at the end of it. That's kind of a dangerous enemy for me because you have to be in melee range to fight them. Ooh, Boulder Beetle. Don't like that. I definitely need to heal here. He's probably going to jump away in a second. Just going to stab him a little bit. Alright, let's heal again. Like I said, normally I'm not this gung-ho about using potions, but with Gozag, you just kind of use them. because you can potion petition later once you have more gold. It's like these healing potions are best used early now. Okay, here's a door, so I can just close this door. Animals can't open doors. That guy crit me, man. What the heck? Holy heck. Took a lot of damage. The resist poison would be really nice right now. All these poison enemies showing up. Is this the center? No, there's gotta be... Oh, yeah, there it is. A little more. A barding. That'd be very nice if I wasn't, Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so the Hydra got on top of me, so I definitely need to blind him. Need to back up here. Get someone who's not the Hydra next to me. Interflame this guy. Heal so I don't instantly die. Use my last light charge to blow this guy up. Kill the Hydra. Alright, cool. Alright, so I've used up my... Ooh, God. Got poisoned. No resist poison, you gotta use your healing potions. It's a classic lair experience. You don't find resist poison before a lair, so you gotta have to blow all your curing potions. Alright. That's a very... The Triple Crossbow is a really big piece of loot there. Go ahead and potion petition here. Get a free Berserk potion out of that. Berserk can kill that guy. Really strong. Cost me money, but, you know, what doesn't? This is a bad setup. I should have gone to here, so he has to walk through it more. Scorched him. Scorched him. The nice thing is that my talisman, so Hydras do multi-attacks, each head does an attack, so my quill damage is actually very effective against them, though it's very low quill damage. This is kind of interesting. I can't frozen ramparts in these trees. It has to be next to a wall, not a tree. So here's some walls. So here's a mountain back, probably. Oh no, it's a fucking... Ooh, it's an artifact ring, though. Ugh. I confuse these guys. Alright, we're pushing again. Let's go invisible and heal. Alright, there we go. Plus 9 MP and 2 intelligence. That's a reasonable ring. I've got 9 MP is very nice, so I can really spam spells now. Imagine if I can get this permafrost eruption online. That's going to be very useful. It's not honestly not a good ring. It's basically just an MP ring, but the 2 int isn't bad. Alright, well that was a very eventful layer 2. I used a lot of resources on it. Used a lot of resources on this layer with the ice cavern too, but I've got way more in mana, so I can be much more deliberate. Stab this guy so he blows up. Get some fire clouds. There we go. Alright, well. Very, very eventful layer too, man. Still only 3 rings. I should probably get some shields up, because I could really use that shielding. It adds 9% to my permafrost eruption. I could probably get shields up to like 8. That'll let me use this shield with minimal problems with my permafrost eruption once I can get down to 1. I really just need to find a ring of wizardry, because that'll like cut the time it takes me to get this permafrost eruption in like half. Or more intelligence. Let's see if we can confuse this guy, because he is very dangerous. There we go. I should be using Death Cloud a little more aggressively, but I've been fighting like Hydras and Snakes, and they're immune to poison. Made a lot of noise. Let's back up. All right. A lot of yaks. Let's get to a point where only one can fight me, and they're all going to be taking ramparts damage. Just kind of waiting. There we go. Got him. Two enemies. Let's do the ramparts thing. Fuse these guys by blasting here. There we go. See Meth Cloud being very good there. Making them like stumble around confused while taking damage from frozen ramparts, very useful. How close am I in permafrost eruption? 30%. What's my shield looking like? It's a 8%. Alright, well, I'm gonna go maximum shields first, because like this is gonna be online faster than this. And it's actually something that'll help me, so we'll do that first. Let's try to confuse this guy. There we go. Hey, a ring of resistance that I probably don't need very much of. It's better than nothing, but yeah. At least I'm filling up my ring slots, even if they suck. This is the Octo experience. You're basically playing without gear for a lot of the game. That's the slime entrance. That guy can just paralyze me, so if there's any enemies nearby, he will just freaking kill me. Or confuse me, not paralyze. They can't really damage you. They just, like, constantly confuse you at a 50% clip here. There we go, got him. Ooh, here we go. Resist fire, resist corrosion, plus 5 strength. That'll work. I mean, I'm using a weapon that uses strength, so I'm not complaining about the strength. Also, it'll probably make my shield a little easier. This goes from 6% to 6%. Okay, no, it's dexterity, and that'll help my shield. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to get that strength, though. I'm actually a pretty strong melee fighter right now, because I have strength and slaying in abounds. Yeah, 4 slaying, 6 strength, 5 strength. But the resist fire is the most important thing there, because now I can enter flame and blast myself, and it won't be nearly as bad. Alright, so these guys put you to sleep. Try to blow them up. Was that Cersei? That's almost certainly Cersei. Ugh. I have no willpower. Those sheep are, because they're made of wool, are very susceptible to fire damage, but they're super dangerous if there's an enemy nearby, and this is a freaking elephant. Okay, I gotta fear. Yeah, the sheep were putting me to sleep, the element knocked me off the stairs. That's like the worst time to get put to sleep, but that's how those guys work. Fight all that stuff separately here. Alright, so break line of sight. Get into a corner. Confuse this guy so he's not kicking my ass. Poison him so he takes damage while he's stumbling around. There we go. And his polearm's getting a lot of use. Meth Cloud, very strong. Okay, there's Cersei. So she's going to turn me to a pig, and I can't resist it, right? She's like 100% to turn me to a fucking pig, and 100%, like 61% to slow me. I have an Enlightenment Potion. Can I Inner Flame her? 24%, not likely. I can maybe pop Brilliance. So when my will buffed, she's still like very likely to turn me into something. So can I turn her into something? No. I don't think I can even deal with Cersei. Like if I had permafrost eruption online, maybe, but it's like so likely to fail. She has not turned me into a pig yet. Okay, she just didn't turn me into a pig. Wow. Go up these stairs, heal up, go down these stairs. I'm very surprised I killed Cersei. Like that, not very likely. Oh god, got poisoned again. I could really use some resist poison. A lot of talismans. Oh, there's a serpent talisman that I can get online. That gives me resist poison. It takes away my spear though. That's probably worth it once I get permafrost up online. I'm gonna train shapeshift to get that online. So this shield is now 6%. It's not bad. I can just train it and permafrost disruption at the same time, really. I train these all at the same time. I can equip this because like it's not affecting any of the other spells very much, besides Blink, which I'm not really casting much. Ring willpower. Hey, that would have been very useful against Cersei, but here we go. What's good, Mathix? I am a Spiral player, but unfortunately not playing Spiral, if that's what you were looking for. This is my Saturday game, Crawl, Dungeon Crawl. I'm playing functionally a challenge run, which is an octopode, character who can't equip any armor. But you can equip 8 rings. You're a fun little octopus. Look. Got turned into a serpent at some point there. These guys poison me. I confuse him so he doesn't keep wrecking my shit. Yeah. I'd like to mention at the start of the game that octopodes also have this ability called Constrict. You can, when you attack someone in melee range, you can constrict them, which like just does unblockable damage that scales with your level. Pretty cool. Yeah, this is a very, it's a very particular game. Like, it's definitely not the game for some people. You can see like the graphics are just, it's a turn-based, like very low fidelity graphics game, but it's like it's all strategy and threat assessment, which is like really fun for me. Like risk reward. I'm fine at it. I wouldn't call myself good, but it does take a lot to understand, I would say. But hey, that's why I'm kind of playing it on stream and like telling people about it. It's like, hey, you can learn from me. I've made a lot of mistakes in this game, and even though I'm just like an average player, I could probably teach. Ooh, I got paralyzed and I'm dead. Okay. We do potion petition here. Heal up. Alright, so the guy who wrecked my shit is dead. I need to teleport here. That's the worst teleport that could have possibly happened. Okay. Teleport. Potion petition. Heal and rage. Kill anything near me with rage. Hide in the corner and heal up. Oh man. I'm gonna invis scroll here so these guys can't target me. Of course, he still hits me while I'm invisible. Disododger, that's probably like another roguelike that's in the same vein as this, yeah. Let me see if I can confuse him. Okay, I confused him. Can you please stop? You're confused! Stop following me! Ah! Can I net him? No. Okay, I need a potion petition again. Let's heal wounds. Get some poison resistance. Pop another. Get a haste here so I'm not slowed. This has gone very poorly, I will say. Can I confuse this guy before he sees me? Okay, cool. You can ask me anything. So I don't have consolation potion, so I just gotta have to kill this guy. What the fuck is going on? This I turned the corner into the most dangerous enemy in this entire freaking zone. I have to move that way or I die. I'm out of money to potion petition. I'm already hasted. I have no... I think I'm dead. Yeah, I think I'm just dead. This guy's gonna follow me. He's not poison resist, but he's in his own cloud, so if I move a step, he's gonna attack of opportunity, and I have to move again. Can I net him? I can net him. Pop my last healing potion. That guy will turn to stone in a second. And I die to an attack. Ah, dude. That run was going well, but I died. Well, that's what's hard. I mean, this game is not easy. So let's go back to Octopode. Yeah, that was just a series of terrible events back to back to back to back to back. Maybe I should have taken the lignification, but I needed to heal wounds on the Gozag roll. But we're starting out of mana. My first enemy. Classic. Alright. Well, I've explained everything about the early stages of Octopode, so I don't have to do it again. And hey, a ring on the first floor. Maybe this is a... Hey, Pro Cold, that could have been useful. Jackals always come in packs, so I gotta pull that guy, run away. Alright, spear. Happy to have a pole arm again. Your last Spire build for MD, any tips on trying in the Flambridge package, but do you know if there is any better one? So, I don't use Flambridge in my more recent, like, Snake Eye, Yummy Spiral build, because you don't need it, right? You're just trying to get to Yummy combo. The extra material that Flambridge creates doesn't do anything. I mean, I don't see, like, what do you mean by, like, a tip? If you're using the Flambridge package, you probably need to not do the Ancient Fairy Dragon stuff, and you need to like be a more link climb focused version, so that the Flambridge matters, and that if you just can only get to Snake Eye for some reason, like I don't know, Cool Tune killed your Yummy stuff, you could like just do some link climbing with them. That's like my best advice. That usually just means like Masquerena plus Allied Kotalker or something. Barding floor 1. Barding of Fires floor 1? Man, I wish I was playing a Naga. 2 Bardings on floor 1, what the hell? Fighting all the Bardings on my non-Barding run. Classic. So I found Apportation, and ooh, I found OTR, so I could do my fire stuff early and then learn Alchemy for OTR, and OTR kind of clears a lot of the game. Alright, so this is like the most dangerous first floor possible. Sigmund. Or first staircase possible. Turn a corner to Sigmund. That's resist negative if I need it. Okay, so what I need to do is... I've already woken him up, so that's kind of bad, but like I know he's in that general area, so I need to avoid it. Probably gonna also exclude this area so I don't go into there. Just don't fight Sigmund. Fire Element is actually very good at fighting Sigmund, but I need more mana because he just has too many hit points for me to deal with. Jessica, I can probably handle just with Foxfire, yeah. Don't need that. Dagger of Flame is interesting, because I can scorch them and get the extra damage. Like the Fair Dragon, I mean, to try to get to the URs, lol, because I want to use spell cover. Oh, I don't have any tips for getting URs. It's just buy packs. Like there's not like a special way to get ultra rares. The only spiral tip with ultra rares is like buy the DM structure deck, which gives you Illusion of Chaos, Magician Souls, and D-Mod. But yeah, I don't have any tips for UR. Like the only tips I would like have is if like I only have this many URs, what's more important, this or this? I could probably give you info on that, but I couldn't like solve your UR problem. My advice is just get all the URs, right? Alright, I've got 8 mana now. That's probably enough to kill Sigmund. I think he dies to 8 Foxfires, or like 6 Foxfires and a Scorch. There he is. I was wrong. He did not die to that. There we go. Had to blow my magic potion, but we killed him. The right thing there was probably just not fight that guy. It's good stuff before, too. So, the first thing you should craft if you're doing snake... I mean, so, in order of importance, if you're doing the Ancient Fairy Dragon stuff, obviously, you need all the yummy stuff. You need all the extra deck cards. Like, and in that yummy build, there's no room for anything outside the extra deck. So you have to get all the extra deck cards first. Doesn't really matter. Pretty much everything in there is required. I guess technically you could cut the D-Mod and the Dragoon and the Dark Magician Girl stuff at that point. Like, that's not necessarily needed to do the yummy stuff. But that's the D-Mod stuff is cheaper. That is a lot of orc. Go up, go down, go up. Scorch this guy to death. If he had hit me with a heavy falchion, I might have freaking died. Dang. Go up. Scorch. Alright, clear all those orcs. Ooh, another ring. Cool. I can see invisible. That's pretty nifty. Not like, doesn't make me stronger, but does save me some headaches. Yeah, you can just not do the Shining Sark stuff. That's like the least important part, I would say. Conjuration up to 3 and Fire Magic up to 8 for Inner Flame. Found Crazy If again. He doesn't have a ring, so I don't care. Ooh, Sorcerer of Venom, that's probably worth using over basically anything. I'm not sure. If you already have Horse, you can kind of use Horse in the place of DMG stuff. Though that does really want to rank 8 for the Horse cards to go into, so it's not quite as good. But yeah, you can just cut the Dark Magician Girl, Shining Sark stuff. That's not strictly necessary. I just play like non-engine in those slots. You can still do D-Mod with the Diabell Stars, just because like your Master Plan still makes Dragoon on your inboard, so you kind of still want to do that. It just gives you like less pushes, basically. But that's not the end of the world. I don't have a light one this time around, so I need to be much more careful with my play pattern. Got to play safe for this run. Very distant avalanche of sand. So grinders. Grinders isn't anything cold. Okay, well, that's not my problem. Blow his ass up. Thanks for the XP, loser. Let's get my mana back. Go down. Kill that bear. Thoughts on Bystials and MD? I hate them. They're good. I hate them. That's my thoughts. If your deck has got synergy with them, obviously you play them, because they're very good. But boy, do I hate them. A lot of my deck building has been based around ooh, does this get around getting hit with a freaking Bystial? Let's redeem my mana up these stairs here. Very distant. I think it's up in the northwest then. Nearby. Is it around this corner? No, it's probably around this corner. Yeah, there we go. Get that mummy pit. Alright, so this is an undead-based side branch. They're very good as poison, but still a +1, so I might as well use it. Fire is really strong against zombies, as you might expect. Or against mummies, because they're covered in cloth bandages and whatnot. If you right-click on them, you see is they are vulnerable to fire. You can make them double vulnerable with Scorch, so that's always fun. Ooh, that's a mummy. Close the door. I don't have any mana. So mummies can open doors. There we go. But you can kill them with 2 Scorches pretty easily. Need to get my mana back. Get unarmed combat. Let's get dodging up to 4 and fighting up to 5. Is the chameleon package on MD? Yeah, it was on there before in TCG, funnily enough. If you want to do that's a way to get to yummy combo. Now I'm not a big fan on it because you have better ways a lot of the time. Ooh, there's the... Okay, this is what I was talking about before. Inkwell Talisman. So we can go and get 4 points of shapeshifting, and then suddenly this will give me +2 in all my magic schools. That'll let me get OTR on really quickly, which is very powerful. So I got my fire spells kind of settled here. And with this, my hexes will be good enough to use Inner Flame more effectively. Man, there's a lot of mummies and a lot of... 2 rings on this floor? Happy to see 2 rings. This is a really good ossuary for me. Alright, so can I... Nope, I just killed myself. I might have just killed myself. Because I think an immolation kills me here. Alright, cool. I'm no longer dead. Got my heal potion. A lot of poison in here, unfortunately. Alright, close door. Heal up. Whew. Alright. I can take on a scorpion. I can take on a couple scorpions. That was a lot of scorpions. There you go. Gonna heal up while that guy's just watching me, I guess. Like, melee patch is like is worth using if, like, let's say you want to do Mitsu Yummy Spiral, which I don't think is good anymore with the prayers limitation. But if you want to do that, Camellia was good there. I know Walnut was doing that. Another ring. Ring of Slaying, awesome. Make up for that ring sling I threw away last game by dying. Yeah, I'm the Spiral Discord and MD. If you want to chat about Spiral, there's also other people who play Spiral who might be even better than me to talk to you there. Chat weapon, sure. All right. Well, can't complain about a slaying ring. I'm going to go ahead and equip this because I've got some shapeshifting skill now. That just makes all my spells better, and I can start training towards Ogrebs, which is kind of good enough to win the game on its own. Or the early games. Let's get this up to 8 with... I do have to worry about Inner Flame. I pretty much can't use Inner Flame on this form because this form is vulnerable to fire. But it has poison resistance, which is nice. Or poison like immunity. It's like infinite poison because you're made of paper. You can't get poisoned. It also gives you a ton of MP, which is like not worth overlooking. Like that MP is a bunch of extra free casts. This is a huge power spike early for a spellcaster, and like I'm glad I found it on this run. Ooh, Stone Arrow is also castable now. Let's get that too. Yeah, for things that can't get killed by OTR. Yeah, if you go to the Master Duel Meta Discord, there's like a Spiral channel, and I'm technically in charge of it. Okay, that guy does fire damage, and I don't need this to kill him, so we're gonna back up, change forms, then go back into the form. Oop. Ring of Protection from Fire. Okay, so now I don't have to worry about this instantly killing me whenever I get hit with a fire attack. Really strong. Now this is basically just my resist poison form. I can't melee attack, or I don't do damage with my melee attacks, but I get mana back on this form when I melee attack, which is cool. If I can get this up to 7, it's +4 in all spell schools, which is crazy. That's like several levels of XP for free. Not for free, but like for much less XP than it would cost. It also gives me how much mana at 7? It's 9 MP. It's like an MP ring. Really strong there too. It's like this guy does fire damage, and if I was in this form without the resist fire ring, that'd be very dangerous. But there's this fire ring, makes it not a problem. That does mean the sling ring is literally doing nothing, which is funny. Well, I guess it makes me more accurate on my mana gain attack. See, I just have so much mana, I can just spam my spells. Manual of Unarmed Combat. Ooh, that's really... If I can find a stone form or dragon form or even storm form for the late game, that's very useful. You can be a very strong melee unarmed combat character on Octopode. You get tons of slaying, which makes the unarmed combat way more effective. And you're a natural shapeshifter, which is what you want to do with unarmed combat a lot of the time. The downside of this realm is it does lose my 1 AC that I get from my Octopode body. But it does give me more EV because it makes me small, so it's kind of a wash. Ooh, I got a Wand of Light again. Cool. Means I'm probably going to get my EVO up to 3 here. Gonna prioritize that right now. Is OTR castable? OTR is castable. I should just use that now. Alright, found the other... Ooh, that's a bunch of whites. Okay, so I need to back up a little bit. I want to get in there, but I don't want to dye all these whites. Whites and pickle? Okay, so this is I might not be able to make it to that drain. I got a lot of mana. I can just kill Pickle. If I can get him in that water. Oh, he's a freaking OTR victim. Yeah, I just cast this twice and back away. There we go. Sweet. I got my evocation up. Let's get shapeshifting up to 7 here. Max out on this form. I might use this if I come back. Game playable on mobile? I think so, yeah. It's probably a little awkward, but it should be playable on mobile. I can probably look that up. Yeah, so because it's basically the game is built on a lot of macros based on keyboard options, but like if you have like a way to like an app that lets you simulate a keyboard on your phone, I presume that would work just fine. Yeah, you know what? There is a Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup uh, mobile version that I'm just going to post in chat for you. It's updated for the latest version, so yeah. It's a very interesting game, but like, it's very dense, is what I would call it. There's so much information. There is a wiki. The DCSS Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup is the name of the game. Obviously, you can see it in the corner here. But there's like a wiki that kind of gives you all the almost all, like, it's not always up to date, but it gives you most of the important information that you need to play the game. And this is the game I started playing because it works offline, right? I don't need like an online. Well, I started playing it years and years ago because my friend introduced me to it. I don't even think they play anymore, but said friend introduced me to it. I started playing it. Then it became like my go-to offline game. Like if I don't have internet access, which happens to me a lot. I'm in a very stormy area, and like power goes out for a few hours, and like, okay, well, I can just play this on my laptop. Is what I was doing basically. I'm just really owning these guys with the fire, making steam clouds here. That's a pretty interesting staff if I go the earth magic route, which I probably can. Yes, this form's giving me so much mana and so much skill boost. It's awesome. I probably should just OTR there. I keep forgetting I have OTR. It's just so powerful. Now I got OTR fully online. I probably should just cast that every time. Watch all these guys die to poison. Yeah, with a Scorch every now and then. That's about it. Alright, so here's a bunch of undead. They cannot be poisoned, so... It's an undead hornet? I have Stone Arrow online. Okay, we can Stone Arrow this guy. Thankfully, I've got a lot of mana because this form gives me a ton of mana. Okay, these guys get my mana back. Alright, let's back up to a staircase. Zombies don't go up staircases, so you can just kind of walk away from them. Get my mana back and then come back and kill these zombies. A lot of zombies on this floor. Oh, there's like a zombie vault. Yeah. That guy's probably got a Cure Dart, but I am immune to poison, so I don't care. Yeah, give me that Cure Dart. Can't use it in this form, and I'm probably going to be in this form for a little while because I've trained it up so much. Ooh, Quill Form. If I find gear, like a really good weapon that I need to use, Quill Form's just another freebie I can go into. This is so much more powerful right now, I'm not changing. Get this guy into the water and blast him. Yeah, this game is very similar to like playing a puzzle game to it in that sense. It's a true roguelike in that it's a procedurally generated dungeon crawler. Like it's actually like a lot of things get called a roguelike. There's no way this is anything but a roguelike, right? Let's get my conjurations up to like 10 and my earth magic up to like not 10. Let's say so it's at 3. Let's get it up to 5, which would be 2 more, which would be 9.0. Let's get earth magic up to let's get it up to where it is now with the thing up, 8. I can just kill things with stone arrow now. I've also got bronze railing and boulder I can learn, so I probably need some spell casting. So let's also get spell casting up to 5. There's all kind of like freebie additions I can do. Because this thing has put me way ahead of the curve on spell power. I can just cast OTR and kill everything basically that isn't undead. OTR is a spell. Odorluke's resilient. Olgreb, sorry, Odorluke's the ice guy. Olgreb's the poison guy. Olgreb's toxic radiance. It just applies poison to everything on the screen for a couple of turns. Anything that's immune to poison, I can hit with this stone arrow. Like these guys. These guys are immune to poison because they're undead, but I can just blast with stone arrow because I have so much MP. Yeah, they basically put this form in here just for octopodes and felids to have like, hey, this is something that's like you can use your early shapeshifting XP on. And that's what I'm doing. Honestly, with this Earth Staff, right on hit's kind of rough. Like this Earth Staff gives me a lot of power on my Earth spells, and they make the Stone Arrow hit hard. I've got Brahms Barreling Boulder, which can like kind of clear a lot of stuff too. Well, we'll see. I've not seen my money god yet. Nope. All right. Okay, so I've gotten all 3 early side branches. Cool. I love Bailey because sometimes there's acquirement scrolls in there. Don't know what I'm doing. And also, OTR completely owns this entire branch because it's just all goblins, orcs, and orcs. Oh, this is the centaur one. Okay, but I mean OTR. I can see it just poisons everything on the screen, despite everything being so far away. Like this, the point of this particular Bailey, which is the name of this. You can see it up. Where is it? Oh, over here. Place a Bailey is like to put a bunch of this water in the way that stops you from getting to the enemies, and they stab you with spears or shoot you with ranged weapons. But one, I'm an octopode, so I could have just crossed the water because I'm amphibious. But 2, I've got OTR, which can just kill everything from across the screen anyhow. Because everything here is susceptible to poison. So OTR twice, back up, and he just kind of dies while you run away. See, this kind of like tells you why you should be an alchemist octopode, because you have a good proficiency in alchemy, and you get OTR in your starting book, and like, I'm just doing the thing I would have already done if I was an alchemist. I would have found stone arrow and used that. So it's why alchemist octopode's very good. That said, Foxfire is very strong, and I don't want to undersell how much power it's given me in the early game. Alright, no acquirement scroll, just garbage, unfortunately. Sometimes you get garbage in Bailey, sometimes you get an acquirement scroll, and it's awesome. Vampiric Scimitar, which isn't like terrible, but yeah. Crappy loot, but hey, a bunch of XP, that was really easy to abuse. Get my spellcasting up, so now I can learn Boulder if I want. This one I think I just want hit points. And some evasion. Actually, I have better evasion right now in this form because I'm small, so. Yeah, 0.7. Make sure I'm missing in the 4. Oh, I'm going to pick up all these javelins because that'll be useful in the ultra late game. Let's pick that up. It should let me auto pick up all the javelins. I have to change forms because it doesn't. In this form, I can't throw javelins, but I still want to pick them up for later when I'm not in this form, you know? Wow, miscast Grips. Well, I'm going to put another couple points into alchemy then, because I don't want to miscast crap. It does give me power, right? Yeah, power's relevant on Grips. I've got cold resistance, so I'm not that worried about this guy. Hey, there's my temple. And here's my money god. Alright. We're back on the Gozag train. Scorpions, I'm poison resist, so I don't care. Some gloves I can't equip. Curses. Octo is also still good for blocking ranged enemies while you kill them with OTR, so. That guy is immune to poison, or resistant, so it doesn't work. Ring of Evasion, awesome. Actually, my first core defense ring. I obviously prefer AC, but I'll take 5 evasion. Whew. Home Prison's pretty good, because I've already got Conjuration and Alchemy. Probably just learn that. It's a 1%. Might as well learn that. Can't complain. I think I can handle this one just by... Actually, by casting Foam Prism. So Foam Prism like creates this little thing that after it takes an extra turn to explode. So like you can kind of just set it up to blow up and kill these guys. Very funny. I can actually change form, so I can go across this water. Whoop. The point of this thing is like you're supposed to use these wands to kill these guys, but I have the correct spells to shoot around corners. I suppose look like without my thing. Okay, I can still cast Stone Arrow if I want to change forms a little bit, but not perfectly. OTR needs a little bit more juice, which I'm doing anyhow, so good on that. I probably can just forget Inner Flame now that I've got all these other options. Okay, I've ran out of mana, so haven't been a problem much of the game since I got this form, but that was a lot of enemies. So, ooh, hey, I'm actually normally on Octopode I don't like getting multiple of the same resist ring, but here when I have the fire vulnerable form, it's actually pretty good. So now I've actually got resist fire. Ooh, can that guy OTR me? No, I'm not made of stone or whatever. So OTR, LRD, mixing up my 3-letter acronym spells. There's the layer entrance, so it's just an ice layer entrance. Cool, cool. So you guys are immune to OTR, but they are not immune to getting an arrow made of stone in their face. Alright, so Grum's normally super dangerous, but I have OTR, so him and his giant flock of poison vulnerable guys not gonna have the best time here. I can foam prism here. Can I hit that gargoyle or not? Oh, Erica. Erica's dangerous, but she does poison and fire damage. I'm actually like well positioned against that right now. But my problem is that gargoyle. Kind of awkward right now, but I'm just going to use this Wand of Flame. Save my mana so I can shoot that gargoyle with stone arrows. So I've been confused. Forgot she can confuse me. I looked right at her too. Oh, she got a Wand of Charming, guys. She can't confuse me. She can slow me. That's the thing she does. Alright, so I've healed that up. Let's use my Wand of Light here. Stone Arrow this guy twice. Hopefully he dies. And I missed both my Stone Arrows, which is the downside of Stone Arrow. I don't have any mana potions. Can I net you? Nope, because I'm in my form. Okay, we are using wands. That's what wands are for. When you run out of everything else, wands. Hey, a Ring of Willpower. Not mad. Oh, and a Wizardry Ring. Okay, so we're pretty much... Yeah, we got pretty good rings set up here. No artifacts or anything, but pretty solid. The Wizardry kind of like puts everything online too. Like Wizardry plus this form means I can basically cast any spell very easily. I only got one Amnesia though, so I probably just need more spellcasting at this point. I eventually have to change this form, but... Not today. Ooh, a shop. These guys are susceptible to the thing. Yep. Alright, what's in this shop? Ooh, Wukad's Crystal Ball. It may return magic spent to cast spells, but lowers your success rate, so this is really good. Always returns magic spent on miscast. The spell will run chance increased by evocates, so select it. This is like a really interesting item for a spellcaster who has an open hand slot, which I might be at some point once I get Stoneform online. Because like this basically, it's kind of like mana regen in the sense that it returns energy spent on spells, which is awesome because mana regen is really hard to get in the game. There's only like you can only get it on amulets typically. And then Mind Tap kind of like stops other enemies from casting spells whenever you cast spells. It does require some evocation, but I mean I've got a positive evocation aptitude, so maybe we'll buy that eventually. It's only 2k, and that's pretty easy for a Gozag player to eventually get. Not right now, but eventually, especially when I change forms. So these guys are undead, so they're immune to my thing. Stone Arrow that guy. Stone Arrow that guy. OTR, Stone Arrow. Alright, we found Orc Mines. I might do Orc first, because like OTR is really good in Orc. I don't usually do Orc first, but like as you can see, like I just cleared out a whole horde of Orcs. Relatively trivially. Just by pressing this one button over and over again. Man, Lightning Spire would be really good to get online. Oh, I'm gonna get my defenses up first. Still need those. Alright, so OTR, OTR, back up, OTR. Just cast OTR as many times as possible. Alright, those guys are gonna shoot me, so I'm gonna heal up. They just bombarded me. Alright, let's heal. Yeah, those are like the most dangerous guys here, because they can cast Bombard on you, but and they're ranged, but yeah. They're not super common. I should also like to find Orc early on a Gozag run, because it's just a bunch of gold, so it turns on your potion petition and stuff. You can even set up an early bribe if you want. This looks like the core orcs. Alright, so I got... Alright, so I got marked, so everything in the game's coming for me, but there's basically nothing on this side, so I kind of just OTR everything. Let me drop one inner flame here, so I got like a flame cloud in between me and all the enemies. Alright, so Asterion's here, which I'm not happy about. What I can do is inner flame this guy, blow up his demon. I probably should have brought Brilliance here. I can charm this guy. I really want to kill this guy before I go back down. So I probably want to do that with just like wands for a second. So I get one more OTR cast up. He's dead. Got one more OTR cast that I can kill some orcs with. Alright. Now we can go up, get my mana, OTR, OTR, and inner flame this guy who's got a reach weapon. Yeah. Inner flame this guy who's got a reach weapon. Got my mana up. Alright, we got this giant pile of money to retreat to if we need to. Alright, I'm gonna... This guy's got a ton of 66 hit points is a shitload of hit points, but I can OTR him twice. Instead of a fallen prison, stone arrow, dead. Cool. And got him. And having so much mana is so good. Alright, we survived that mark. This is the demon ending, which is annoying because the demons sometimes have guys who are poison resistant. I much prefer an ending with just orcs. This is the only guy who's like not immediately crushed by OTR. He's poison resistant out of the core orc enemies, but... Oh, Nessos just kills me. I'm dead. I think I might just be dead. What's my chance to charm him? Okay, I can... I don't have Vuln Scroll, so I think I just have to charm twice. Okay, I charmed him. I'm going to heal... Brilliance. Set up 2 fulminant prisms on him. Oh, he followed me. Okay. Set up 2 fulminant prisms on him. Blind him. While he's blind, shield with stone arrow. Got him. Alright, cool. That guy is so dangerous that he shoots you with flaming longbow and he blinks around. Just a huge pain in my butt. But we survived. Alright, so what do I need to get online now? Get like use that XP on that evocation here. Let's do this like to 5. So what do I need spell-wise? I don't have blink. I really just want that Forged Lightning Spire while I'm doing this stuff. Another needs like a really good Silver Bullet. Not very good in Lair, so I'm not going to learn that yet. Forged Lightning Spire is a very powerful spell though, and it doesn't care about my poison, so we're going to learn that. Oh, I'm going to learn it again. I'm going to train Air Magic up to 10 and Forgecraft up to 10, so that way even if I change forms, it's going to be online. That'd be 6 and 6. I can even use it right now. It's actually a pretty solid spell. Against these demons who are going to be, some of which are going to be poison resistant. Alright, my first shop from Orc. This is good. I can identify a bunch of potions now. A, E, G, J. A bunch of free identifies. I do want these cure wounds. That's just nice to have. Go ahead and drop these moonshine potions. Another distillery. Oop, hello, Maurice. Well, Maurice gets owned by OTR, which is good. Oh, another bunch of unknown potions I can identify. There we go. Cost me a lot of money, but if there's anything I want to buy money-wise in here, I can just clear a couple levels and come back. Alright, there's a demon who's not gonna give a crap about what I'm doing. Drop my lightning spire here. Blast that guy and blast him. Sick. Okay, yeah. Lightning spire already paying dividends. Very strong spell. Oh, that's where these guys are coming from. Okay. Little poison mini vault here. Alright, so definitely OTR, set up my lightning spire, interflame that guy, OTR one more time, scorch that guy, because he's weak to fire. Alright, interflame still being very powerful when you can do damage at a distance. Let this guy get owned by lightning spire, back up a little bit, set up lightning spire again. Nope, alright, they didn't want to come. Didn't want that heat. OTR to kill this guy. OTR again. Flame that guy. Scorch him. Back up. All OTR's going. He dies. Cool. This is kind of, it's. Oh, I have ignite poison. I have so few spell slots left though. Might like find something I actually want to like. Ignite poison's very strong with OTR, but like I kind of already have a sort of ignite poison if I can interflame someone because like I hit them with OTR. They're taking damage. I interflame them. They blow up. It's kind of like ignite poison. Like this. Yeah. This guy's just blowing. Yeah. Exactly like that. So I got my Spire online. I guess at this point, just give me more hit points. Alright, so this guy's immune to fire and poison. Or he's like super resistant to fire, very resistant to poison. That's what we got Stone Arrow for. And Lightning Spire. Okay, this guy just kicked my... I'm getting smoked, right? I'm getting smoked. There we go. Hate those guys. Oh, ooh, a ring store. Excellent. So I can finally get some AC. So I'm probably going to drop all of my money into 2 AC rings. Armor boutique. Ooh, and a hat. Yeah, I'm going to come back for that hat, but I can use this rings while in this form, so immediately all my money goes to that. We can go ahead and cut Slaying, because I can't fight anything right now. We can go ahead and cut See Invisibility, because it's conditional. And yeah, I think I'm good on my rings right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All 8 ring slots filled up. Now I've got 8 AC. Woo! This will be good though. I can come back to here and get flying and more willpower if I need it. Dissipation, it's not very useful. If I get a new form, I can also come back and get this hat. Awesome. I did turn off my potion petition, but the reason I need my potion petition a lot of times I get in damage situations, and having AC prevents that from happening. This is the easiest OTR situation I've ever been in. This is a lot of enemies, and this guy's immune, so I'm gonna I'm gonna ice blast this guy. He's not. You'd think this guy would be like, because he's like a fire-based enemy, he wouldn't, or he'd be susceptible to ice, but nope, no such thing. And you can see my gold like really confusing so many guys at a time. When you got a huge swarm of dead people like this, it really. I'm gonna back up a little bit, get my mana back, OTR one more time. You know, 8 AC and 27 evasion is actually not bad defenses at this point in the game, so. I can Lightning Spire now, that's going to be a more efficient use of my mana. Yep. One enemy. Alright, yeah, I got a bunch of money, and now I can push position again. Cool. I will buy that hat as soon as I change form, which I'm not doing currently. Because it hasn't been a good talisman, right? Just these two? Yeah, the Inkwell is definitely better. Gets giving my resist poison. Alright, we did Orc before Lair, so let's go do Lair. OTR is also still good in Lair, it's just, like, it's really good in Orc. You see here, there's already some poison-resistant enemies, so... Alright, so I got my hit points. I guess at this point, I just want to make... I'm going to put some points into dodging, but I want to find out what I need to make my spells castable without this form, just in case I find like a good ring that covers up my resists. A cool trick with Lightning Spire is the lightning bounces off walls, so if you like get your enemy in between the Lightning Spire and a wall while fighting you, it does double damage functionally. And just a lot of enemies here, but I can just run away, get my mana back. I mean, OTR, OTR. Am I dead? Did I just kill myself by putting myself in a corner and while this guy's slowing me? Probably. So do I have to use my blink scroll? I don't have my fear scrolls identified, which sucks. I think I have to blink away. Doesn't help that I'm missing all my freaking... I gotta kill this snail fast. Alright, I'm no longer slow, thank God. Alright. I can OTR, set up another Lightning Spire. Alright, how to use Link Scroll, which happens in floor 1 entrances sometimes. You have to like know where to retreat to. Of course, my freaking Spire spawned on my exit, which is annoying, but whatever. Alright, back up, heal, go back down. I think I pulled the entire level with my Lightning Spire, which is funny. Oh, I never did the thing where I checked how much I need. Well, I definitely still need a little bit of air magic for my Lightning Spire later, so pretty easy choice there. Alright, get my magic back. Let's go up the stairs. Alright, if I take off this Inkwell Talisman, my spells are still castable. I still need this for resist poison, but if I find resist poison, I won't need this anymore. If I take off this Wizardry Ring, though, they're still kind of castable. Okay, so I can kind of cast all the spells I've committed to. I still want this with the resist poison, but still. Yeah, I pulled the entire dang floor. There's some money on the floor I can't get because I've changed forms. Alright, got my money. Hey, a hat. Cool, don't have to buy the other hat. Maybe. I'll probably say I'm gonna buy it if it's just a plain hat. That's a glowing hat. I go ahead and like start training unarmed combat. That's like not doing anything in this form, but it'll do things in other forms. But I haven't found those forms yet, so it's like kind of a waste. Let's put another point in this, and my best spell I don't know is Starburst, which isn't even that good. Like I don't want to spend spell points on Starburst. It's kind of a mediocre spell. And I could learn Ignite Poison. Hey, I had a vent. That's gonna be pretty useful once I change, if I do change forms. Spider's pretty good, especially if you have poison infinite immunity like this. I'm honestly almost strong enough to do Spider right now. I just need like more levels to get hit points. You can kind of clear Spire with OTR and Stone Arrow. Especially Lightning Spire. A lot of enemies, but they're very low health and susceptible to poison. I don't have Meth Cloud, right? I would have learned that if I did. Nope, okay. This would be probably a good time for Ignite Poison, to be honest. Guess good Conjuration up to 10. Alright, there we go. Basically killed everything. Whole horde. You kind of saw my last run how much difficulty I had with Death Yaks in that one ice cavern, and here I just like completely annihilated an entire horde of Death Yaks because OTR and Lightning Spire are that much better than the spells I had before. I actually had OTR before, but I didn't want to learn it, so learn that mistake. All right, well, can't hurt to get OTR a little better if it's this good. Especially now that I know I got Spider. Oh, I missed out. Oh, I didn't even notice there was like a thing. I missed out on a freaking. Too busy talking, I guess. Freaking Gauntlet's like the best. Well, I guess it's not that bad for an Octopode because like, unless there's like an artifact ring I missed, I'd be sad about. But I didn't even notice it popping up on my screen. I guess too busy chatting. I guess. Oh well. You just treat it like it wasn't there. Alright, by how good OTR is, I am out of mana. So let's heal up, go down. Much better killing one elephant than 12. Alright, what do I want to learn here? A couple more points in stealth can't hurt. Again, I don't have any spells that, like, really change the game for me. I guess Earth. I can get some up. Probably eventually want Hellfire more if I can find it, so... Ooh, I have air, and airstrike's very, very good. It's like airstrikes. Kind of just a better stone arrow because it doesn't miss. You can assume it's like most of the time doing the higher damage amount, the 21, 2d21 versus 3d13. 3d13 is better, but it doesn't. Well. We'll see. The problem is, like, it's costing spell points, and I only have so many spell points to go around right now. Ooh, Bombard. Okay, well, now that I've got Bombard, that's like an actual thing to work towards. Yeah, let's train up Earth, Conjurations, get those online. Bombard actually like is a kill spell. I got Shoals. Ooh, okay, a ring of resist fire, resist corrosion, resist cold, and flying. That is an awesome ring. The 3 strength is pretty much irrelevant to me. So I'm going to go ahead and unequip a fire resist ring because it's kind of redundant here. And get that. Sick. Awesome artifact ring. Got these scrolls too, might as well learn my stuff. Summoning, fear, attraction, and haste. Cool. Good stuff to know. How long does my OTR last? 1, 2, 3. Last 3 turns. Can I... If I increase the power, does it last another turn? Probably not worth the XP while I'm trying to get Bombard online. I can actually just go ahead and learn Bombard here. Bombard plus Spellspark Servicer on its own. Yeah, that's probably that's a path. That's a spell path I can go ahead and get online. So the problem with these spells is the other restriction on this form is you can only cast level 4 or higher spells, I believe. So like it's going to take me a long time to get those online. Because if I take off this form, it's a 43% compared to the actual... Oh, it looks like it's only 10%, but it's actually 43%. But I do want to get those online. And hey, it'll make my Stone Arrow stronger while we're waiting. I'll eventually get Spellspark Servicer next. And I can equip Spellspark Servitor with Bombard, which is just a really strong combo. Yeah, another ring. Cool. Go pick that up. Positive energy. Ooh, another ring of AC. Okay. I'm definitely equipping that over my ring of evasion, because evasion's my stat I got too much of. I think I like everything else, right? Wizardry is good. It's my only point of willpower. I don't really need a second point of resist cold, actually. So I guess we unequip that for now. 12 AC, we're doing great. We're tanks at this point. If I change forms, I'll go down to, I'll get 13 AC, and then, whew. Kind of a night and day difference between this game and last game. I found rings this game. That's like a really big difference. And this form is giving me a huge power boost early in the game. You're supposed to find this form early, but I actually did find it in the previous game, but I didn't have shapeshifting trained up. Sort of making up for my mistakes, I suppose. I'm gonna go ahead and blast you, and then OTR for contact damage. Yeah, blow everything up. Very strong there. Also, I don't have the spell points to learn spell structure, so I also need more spellcasting, and that's going to be like immediately useful, because it's going to be MP. Or the Conjurations aren't actually giving me any strength here. I guess Conjuration's increasing the damage on my Fulminate Prism. But that's about it. Alright. Very good ring suite here. A lot of freaking traps here. That guy's got too much resistance, yeah. We give him Foam Prism here. Kill everything, yeah. Get some intelligence, that'll help with my, casting of Bombard eventually. I do need to find some resist poison that isn't this form, though. Even if it's just another form. In that case, I should probably get a little more shapeshifting, too, even though it's not going to do anything now. Well, I'll do it when I find the form, right? Another ring, cool. Set up my... You've got 3 ticks on you, so let's interflame you. You've got 3 ticks on you, so let's interflame you. Probably Foam Prism here to get some damage in. Yeah. Alright, blew myself up a little bit there, but it's fine. I killed a bunch of yaks there. But I am low on mana now. Hit this guy, get some mana back. OTR, hit this guy, get some mana back. Scorch him. There we go. Ring of Magical Power, that's probably useful. Just more MP right now. Is MP worth 5 evasion? It's basically an entire... It's like 2 more spells, basically. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take 2 more spells. It's a mountain back. Very scared of that guy. Put a lot of poison on him before he gets in melee range. We would have to fight him in melee range. Alright, so I'm going to turn a corner here. Run away. I can beat that guy, but I have to like fight him by himself, basically. Because being in melee range is obviously not my ideal position with this character. And getting that guy in melee range is a huge pain when there's a million guys in between us. Alright. So I can do this. If I can get him to stand here... Now he's getting blasted by my thing, which is now also in melee range. Perfect. Alright. Alright, that is a dangerous doorway. I need to blow it up as fast as possible. So I need to inner flame you. And then I need to explode. Can I summoning and then get away? Blast this guy. There we go. That's a very good amulet. Holy crap, that's a good amulet. So this gives me reflect missiles, which is incredible. It increases my air power, the power of my air spells. It makes me inaccurate, which is bad for Stone Arrow, but it's not going to be bad soon. And also, OTR can't miss, Fulminant Prism can't miss, Forge Lightning Spire can't miss. Oh, it can, but like not. Its accuracy is not based on my accuracy. It's its own creature. Bombard can miss, which would be bad, but we don't even have that online yet. Entering's interesting. Alright, so let's say I've cleared Lair 5, right? Let's finish it up. Lair 5 seems to be done now. Just clearing up the dregs. Oh no, there's a little bit still here. I'd rely on Scorch more now that I have this inaccuracy over Stone Arrow. So I can probably drop this corrosion ring because I have a much better corrosion ring right now. Was this a Cataplectus ending? I'm probably pretty good at a Cataplectus ending because I could just drop my level 4 spells and walk away. Yeah, okay. So drop my level 4 spells, poison, walk away. This guy is poison resistant? Nope. And Forge Lightning Spire is so good. Alright, and basically nothing in the end vault here. Scroll summoning's not bad, though. Not really complaining about that. Alright, we have completed lair. Let's identify everything I don't have identified. Alright, so if I take off my Inkwell Talisman, Bombard is a 10%, but I should equip this hat. So it's a 9%. Ooh. Go ahead and drop 2. And then I've got good AC. All my spells are online even without this form. I do lose mana and my resist poison, which is the biggest downside. But I can also take off this resist fire ring, because now I have resist fire on this ring, and that'll give me some evasion, so that's like something. I would like to trade out something for resist poison at some point, but like I just don't need this anymore. I can cast all the spells that was helping me cast already. Now I'd just like to get Bombard online, and I'd like to get Spellspark Servitor online. Let's start this at 11. So once Bombard's online, I just need to get some points in Conjuration and... Let's get this up to 12, and let's get Earth Magic up to like 10, and focus on Conjuration, because these overlap with Conjuration, so I think Conjuration would be better. And I can start working on Forgecraft, which I have some of, right? Because I got Forge Spire, or Lightning Spire online, yeah. I already have some Forgecraft, so that'll help with that. I'm going to teach this guy my Stone Ant, my Bombard. This guy's going to be a very, very powerful ally soon. But not yet. Let's just go to Mines, it's like a faster way to get to another floor. Alright, we're here. Another AC ring. I mean, that's better than Evasion, right? I've got... It's actually kind of the same, but I guess I'll take 19 AC over 21. Yeah, that's worth it. I got 4 AC rings, very fun. I don't have any other talismans, so I might as well equip this. Well, this takes off my hat, right? Which does make my spells worse. But I'm not casting those spells currently, so I'll put those on eventually. This guy. Nice butterflies, dude. Get owned. This guy gets completely wrecked by OTR. I hate him too. Ooh, that's right, I have a orb slot now. Sweet, I have my offhand slot available. There's that orb of Wukad Mu. That was in a preview. No, that was this run, right? Yeah, I can afford that. It's basically mana regen. Hmm. Of course, as soon as I change form, I miscast something. It's still 1%, so it's not like a real miscast, but it's funny. What do you have equipped? That's an interesting looking shield. Oh, just a regular buckler. Alright. This orb's interesting because whenever an enemy attacks me, if I'm at the start of a fight, it dazes them. And anyone nearby. Alright. We're doing pretty well right now. I might actually have to go back into this form when I go to Spider if I have no other resist poison. Because I can clear Spider with my level 4 spells, but I'd really rather not have to. So are these my only talismans, right? And Spur Talisman sucks. It's for this character. So this guy is functionally immune to my poison, so we just shoot him regularly. Same with this guy. Digging wand, very useful. Another digging wand, wow. 10 total charges of digging, that's really nice. Alright, so this is an unseen horror, so I'm gonna pop my lightning spire down. I think they're susceptible to poison, so I can just do that and scorch them. Because if I'm doing that, I don't even need to take 2 turns off swapping to my sea invisibility ring. I just hit him with stuff that already hits him. Okay, so this guy wrecks me if I have low willpower. I have an extra willpower ring? Don't know, I have one in the shop. So what I could do is... I don't have an enlightenment potion. Okay, pop my enlightenment potion. And they can't banish me, and they're dead. Cool. I dropped 2 floors. I'm pretty strong right now, so I'm not too worried about dropping 2 floors. Get away from that alarm trap, though. Ugh. Let's just do that until I clear this floor. Another magical power. I'm never going to equip a second ring of magical power. That's just too many slots wasted. Also, I have a ring of intelligence. If I unequip this and equip this, it's a 41%. It's worth keeping an eye on. I got turned to stone, but I actually have good AC, so it's not the end of the world. Alright, so this is actually really annoying because these guys are immune to my poison, so I gotta... There we go. Cleared that pretty easily. It was a lot more dangerous looking than it ended up being. Okay, so this is actually really dangerous. This is a lot of slimes. Kind of like kite them around my lightning spire here. Go with steam. There you go. Dangerous enemies, but we handled it. Hide behind my lightning spire so that guy can throw a rock at me and kill me. Oh, I forgot I got put down a floor. That's found resist poison. Let's go. Okay, so I'm good to go. I don't need. I legitimately do not need this anymore because I can just put this on for resist poison. Go ahead and drop all this shit. And I don't think I'll need... I mean, I'll hold on to the rings, but... Let's go up a floor. Should probably go up a floor to an area I've explored. Yeah, a little safer. I found a better talisman yet. No. Bummer. should probably go check out that glowing hat now that I've got money. Because it's going to be a hat of willpower, which I might really need. Or hat of see invisibility. Okay, hat of willpower, yeah. So I can't wear the hat while I'm in this form, so if I take this off, 43. Oh, we'll see. I think like the fact that if an enemy hits me right now, they take an extra 1d8 damage is pretty good right now. It's probably more important than casting a spell that I'm not going to cast, and casting a spell I can't cast even with the hat on. It is AC. Okay, so this lady super dooms you. Is she poison susceptible? She is. So I'm going to go this corner, set up my thing, do this, stack some fires. Alright, so I've been doomed, but I think I can handle the enemy she summons. Cool. So that lady's actually really dangerous because like she dooms you, which can eventually like give a super powerful negative stats effect on you. She blasts you with things that also doom you, and then when she dies, she summons a bunch of jerks who attack you as like an ambush. But I was in a pretty good position to fight her. That's an amulet that I might equip if I care about my accuracy at some point, but not now. That would be a melee range with that guy. Well, if I am, I get my mesmerism off at least. I have a guaranteed way to handle that guy. Yeah, she's getting that spell up. There's a bunch of undead, so they're not really susceptible to my garbage. Not the best spot for my spire, to be honest. That's a good spot for my spire. Okay, so... got him. Alright, cool. Try these guys' fire resist while they're sitting in the fire. Awesome. Alright, so my problem here is that my accuracy is bad. Man, getting owned. Cool. Yeah, I can't stone it right now. It's kind of a problem. I mean, do I really need this right now? No, not. I mean, it was really good against those centaurs, but it's really bad against these undead. Maybe when I go to vaults, I'll put this. The main thing this does is reflect missiles. The resist electricity is also nifty, but not like critical. Shop, cool. Alright, how many scrolls of blinking do I have? I only have one, so definitely give me those 2 scrolls immediately. What's my teleport situation? 6. I'll take all of you. And some amnesias. Okay, amnesias are great, because I can kind of get rid of some spells I've actually been casting every spell I've got, really. Huh. Well, it'll be useful later. That's an interesting vault. Got a lot of rings. Interested in a lot of rings. Can I win that vault? What's the most dangerous thing in there? A Yaktar guy? And the Centaur guy? But I've got repel missiles if I go in there. I'd have to buff up, I think. Oh no, this isn't an entrance vault. This is just I have to like clear a rock wall kind of vault. Okay, yeah, I could probably beat this by just setting up and then casting digging. Go ahead and pop a brilliance and a haste. Equip this. That's a pretty good one. All right, and then we're gonna dig this. I can drop foam prisms down here. There we go. An exciting vault. Okay, what's in these rings? Resist negative and EV5. That's not bad. Resist plus EV. Alright, so there's 2 rings in there. One was just a general strength ring, which I'm never going to equip again. Go ahead and take these off. I don't need this. Probably don't need multiples of these. Yeah, good on all of this. Alright, so... I mean, 5 EV plus resist is pretty cool. Is it worth my AC? Probably not. It's probably worth my mana, though. Gonna get this going. So now I've got all my core resists. I have resist electricity on a whim and see invisibility on a whim. If I take off my form, I can get my AC back up a little bit and my willpower up pretty strong. Okay, I'm looking pretty strong without my quill form, actually, so I think I'm going to go ahead and drop that. As funny as it is, when things hit me, they take damage. Like, I think I would just prefer to have willpower. Alright, clearing up these rings I don't need. Now, if I unequip... let's say an AC ring. Does that get Spell Server online? Not quite, but it's close. 26 is pretty close to castable. Chances are, if I equip my intelligence hat and equip my intelligence ring, this is a 22%? That's darn close. I just need skill points in it, though. That's the main thing. Cause like, that guy is immune to poison, right? Yeah. Really weak to fire, though. Ooh, hello. What are you guys doing here? Should I just go back to my freaking... I mean, I can cast Bombard, but am I? I probably should just go back to my Inkwell form, to be honest, if I'm playing like this. Get some mana. Yeah, I gotta back up here. I got Acrobat, which is really good at running away. Get the guy, fight him one-on-one. Let my Spire take care of him. Try different staircase. Thinking back to the playstyle I was having earlier, like there was a period of the time here where I was like super powerful. I was able to just kind of push through everything with my up jump spells. But now I'm like kind of getting into an area where I have to play like I used to, where I have to spend a lot of mana to kill things and then back up. Kind of like the game has caught back up to me in power level. This little island with the ice statue is pretty funny. Bunch of guys who are weak to fire getting killed by a level 1 spell. I kind of want to go get that Wucad Mood Orb just for the mana regen at this point. So this Mesmerism Orb isn't that important, and I can like get some evocations pretty easily and make it really strong. It's a lot of gold though. It's like half my gold right now. Probably not worth it. No, my spells aren't all like 1%. Well, they are 1% except Bombard. Yeah. I just got that Foam Prism, right? Yeah. Kind of a cheese, but I mean, you gotta cheese in this game. Ooh, hello. I was not paying attention, and a bunch of enemies came up on my. Uh, let's go across the water where they can't find me. Ooh. What was even hanging out on this thing? Just nothing? Just an escape hatch? Very funny. It's a lot of XP, I guess. Can't complain about that. I think that's the interest of vaults. That big green area to the left. I'm never going to need a dex ring on this character. Go ahead and turn that off. Also never going to need another resist negative because I have 2. My ultimate form's going to be naturally resisted to negative energy. That's a shapeshift for sure. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. Yeah, alright. Cast my spell structure turret. I mean, I'm more likely to cast it than not, but I need some damage to take care of that stacked up slime thing very fast. This guy's actually very annoying because he's resistant to poison and fire, so it's just my stone arrow and my lightning spire that does anything there. I'll probably get LRD online at this point. I'm going into layer. Well, no, I'm going to S branches next. Yeah. Alright, final floor of dungeon. Ooh, that's a staff of alchemy. That's actually probably better as our poison resist option than this. Because I have really good alchemy and I can hit things with it. Makes my full present in my OTR stronger. Can't complain about that. Why'd you split up? I'm kind of getting close to the area where I can just cast it, even though it's like a decent failure chance. Because like once you cast it once, it's good enough. %. I can get one more point in. I think I'm going to need one more point in concentration anyhow. It's going to affect my bombard, so I might as well do that. Alright, that is dungeon done. Let's go do my S branches. So I got Spider and Shoals. I think with Amulet of Accuracy or Amulet of Deflect Missiles here, I'm much better suited to doing Shoals early. And Shoals is generally easier than Spider because there's no mana draining guys. What did I mark off here? Oh yeah, alarm crap. Go ahead and clear that. Let's go do Shoals. And also Shoals is like really susceptible to OTR, which I have, so. Also Fire Magic's really good here. Not that I'm really much of a Fire Magic guy anymore. Big thing about this place is a lot of willpower checks. Ooh, reflect. I'll take reflect over. Well, I think reflect missiles is still better here. I'll equip reflect later. Repel missiles is actually better against range guys because it gives you a humongous evasion boost. Oh, Minotaur. Hello. It's like a whole menagerie over here. Let's back up and heal. They're defending a couple of potions. Okay, cool. Sanguine Talisman is not useful in this kind of character. It's a more of like a, I don't know. It doesn't give you AC, which is what you need on this guy. That's the main thing. Ooh, silver javelins. Take those. It's a lot of guys. Ooh, Jorgrun. I don't want to mess with Jorgrun. I'm walking. I think I'm going to teleport here. Because I can swim in water, my teleport options and shoals are actually a lot better because a lot of empty ocean. That is a legal spot for me to teleport. No one mana. Probably a good time to push petition for mana. Even though I've killed a lot of the Sky Sharks, low mana is not a good place to fight those guys, because if they start fighting... Oh, hey, Sphinx form. Does that give AC? Yeah, it gives 7 AC. Alright. And I lose my weapon and my offhand and my helmet, so it actually loses me 3 AC on my helmet. Gives me Will and See and Viz, though. But I lose my Resist Poison and my Orb. Yeah, it's just not worth it. Unfortunate. Yeah, 7 AC is just not enough. This guy just, constricted me. What a jerk. I probably need to blink here, because this guy's got a heavy... It's just a regular bag, so normally he has a heavy item. Okay. I'm still constricted, which is annoying, but... I can probably bombard myself out of this. Yeah, okay. And then... blind him. Actually, I want to fight him while he's in the water. There we go, yeah. Dragon's pretty dangerous, he just does a lot of damage and constricts you. Summon Forest is really strong, but I don't think I have the time to learn that. Ooh, I can definitely learn Freezing Cloud, though. We're definitely unlearning Fulminant Prism here for Freezing Cloud. I've had fun with Fulminant Prism, but Freezing Cloud is a awesome spell. Freezing Cloud does what it says on the tin. It drops a freezing cloud on an area, and that's just really strong. Ooh, there's a trove. This guy's in freezing cloud range. Alright, what do you want, trove? Requires the slimy rune of Zot. So I mean, I actually am getting that because this is a 15 rune run. So I will do slime, and I will eventually get there. Just gotta remember it next time I play. So I haven't found my talisman of choice. That's fine. We found so many AC rings that it's kind of like we have a talisman. It's just kick of our ring slot. Alright. Shells 2 done. Time for Shells 3. Drop a freezing cloud on this guy, drop a freezing cloud on these guys. Get my mana back. Bomber this guy a couple times, kill him. Goodbye, the Kraken. It's not even the Kraken, there's multiple Krakens. Ilsui is pretty dangerous. I think I can handle this by just getting closer here. Set this up. Poisoner. Get my spell spark chargers going. There's nuke her ass. There we go. Killer spell spark. Alright, my spell spark guy died. Okay, so we're running away. I'm in trouble. Alright, heal up. Blasted all my mana killing Ilsui, and then a bunch of other guys came up, which is like kind of how this game gets consumables out of you. Waiting for that guy to die at this point. Okay, back up a little bit to my spire. Alright, it's a bunch of rings, but it's a bunch of rings of stuff I've already got. I've already got int and strength and evasion rings and plentitude. Oh, Gale's Gavotte and Dispersal are very good. I'm probably going to learn those eventually in the ultra late game. I don't think I need them now. I've got my spell requirements kind of eaten up. I fell down. Alright. Whatever. Ooh, rings, fancy rings. Okay, that's a 13 mana ring. Damn. That's resist electricity, cold, -5 dex sucks. That drops a lot of evasion. If I equip that, it would say you lose 2 evasion. But that's 2 resist, slaying, and mana? Pretty tempting. Blink, see, invis, and resist fire is also interesting, because I don't have blink yet, and I could straight up a little bit of evocation, and that would get me online. I'd have to trade AC. These are things I probably might equip once I get my AC form. I don't think... I mean, MP 13 is a lot of MP. I would have to give up 4 AC or EV and resist negative for it. Those are kind of my only options right now. Once I can get a form with AC, and as a matter of fact, I should probably start trading this just because I do find it. I want to equip it as soon as possible. Alright. Figured out this place. Interesting rings, though. Not instant equips, unfortunately, but worth considering. Ah, that's the guy who fell down. You can tell by the shield. Kill him, thank you. That guy's got a lot of hit points and a lot of AC, so it's hard to kill him, and he hits very hard. Scoop Refrigeration is a strong spell, but it's kind of just Ice version of OTR, so I don't really need it. I've got a good shield yet, have I? Just basic shields? Nah, no resist shields? Okay. Hello, bot. Goodbye, bot. Close the store. kind of close the doors, just kind of force these guys to get into melee range of you, and then you just... These are all ranged dudes. You can bop them. Even though I'm really, really bad at melee combat, because I have nothing trained in except fighting. These guys are all designed to be ranged characters, or ranged enemies, so they just... fold. Almost done with this map. And there's the rune. Again, no stone talisman. That's kind of what I'm looking for, is a stone talisman at the end of the day, but nothing yet. Even a dragon talisman would be fine. What spells? Is that 6%? Yeah, 6%'s good. For this spell, you only need to have it resolve once, so you can like suffer a miscast. Alright, now we just go to Spider. So in Spider, I do have resist poison on my weapon. I'd probably prefer infinite poison for my Inkwell talisman, but then I can't use Servitor, and Servitor's really strong. Yeah. There's an immediate... Get all my dudes down. Yeah, freaking Emperor Scorpion right in the opening gate, obviously. Alright, this is very dangerous. Torpor Snell's much nastier. If I... It's time to push petition here. Let's get... Yeah, all those are good. Upgrade everything? Alright, cool. Maybe didn't need to use that push petition, but better safe than sorry. Basically, like, can wall off enemies from getting to you, and then you just cast OTR, and they kind of just die while jumping around doing nothing. Already killed... Oh, that was Cersei was last game. Okay. So what's your chance to pigify me? 19%. So we're going to pop into Enlighten it. OTR. Drop this. Drop Spire. Drop Servitor. So now if she does pigify me, I've got a billion things around killing her anyhow. Cool. Heal up. I encountered Donald the Adventurer. Wow. And a redback. Alright, Donald the Adventurer, get owned by spells. Ooh. There's a distortion weapon, which is scary if he was ever in melee range of me. There are enough guys here, it's worth using my servitor. I do want sea invisibility, so I could go get that sea invisibility ring. Equip it as my resist fire, but my resist fire is all coming from this one ring, which is also my resist cold and corrosion. Yeah. Yeah, Spire's filled with a bunch of fast, frail enemies who are really dodgy. Speaking of, I should probably equip my reflective amulets on this. If there's only like one enemy who does lightning damage in here, and basically no one who shoots, so reflective missiles never nearly as useful. Nope, don't want to mark the trigger here. Try to get these guys from the angle. Funny thing about Gozak's interactions is because enemies don't leave corpses anymore. Variants have this ability where you kill something, the corpse gets revived as a icy simulacrum, but because of Gozag, we don't have to worry about that. And Variants are one of like the biggest challenges of this entire zone. So like Gozag just has all these other incidental synergies that, on top of already being like the most generically good god, there's all these cool incidental synergies. Can I cast my servitor? Thank you. Game, it's a 6%. Bombard's 2%, servitor 6%, so I guess I want Hydration's up to 15 to get Bombard up another percentage. Ooh, Amulet of Magic Regeneration. Well, that's my amulet for the rest of the game, probably. Or just we spam spells. Reflection's nice, but I'm never equipping that over this. I might equip this in Vaults, maybe, or if I really need to resist electricity. Hey, it's the electricity enemy. Woo! Have I found any game-winning spells yet? Oh yeah, Polar Vortex. So I should get Ice Magic up eventually. So once I get this online, I'm probably just going to train shapeshifting and defenses until I can get Ice Magic online. Hello, Nicola. Okay, I'm gonna potion resist this guy. Fully. This guy is super dangerous. He casts freaking chain lightning, which is 3d 45 damage, so you need to have electricity resist or he kills you. Did it resist poison? No? Alright. Can I inner flame this guy? What's my percentage on this? 16? No, not worth it. Got him. Okay, that guy is one of the most deadly guys you can run into at this point in the game. He just can kill you. Of course, him casting those spells makes a lot of noise, which brings a lot of enemies. But I'm stealthy, and there we go. I can just get away from them. Back up here. Alright, cool. A lot of lightning here. There is Mara, who's one of the most dangerous in the games because they like multiply themselves and they summon a copy of you, which does all the stuff that you can do. So they're as dangerous as you are, which is pretty dangerous. I'm going to back up and get my mana back before I fight this guy, at the very least. Alright. Maybe come up from this angle. Also like to fight him without any spiders hanging around. Ooh, Zachrachus. Oh, sorry, Zach. We call him Zach. This guy like casts Fulminant Prism, which is ooh, and he digs. He has a wand of digging. Oh, he's a Formicid. Of course he can dig. All right. All right, that is very dangerous. He just blew himself up with his own Fulminant Prisms. Okay, so I need to. I don't have blink, so I need to blink away with a blink scroll. Yeah. And of course I woke up Mara with all that shit, so I gotta run. Well, Mara's almost dead. Holy hell. Mara is resistant to poison, but not resistant to cold, right? Yeah, so I can move a step to drop a cold cloud on him. Got him. Alright, Mara down. Very happy with that one. Yeah, my previous spell servitor just like blasted him with a bombard and took out his life. It's like, okay, I can win this fight now. Alright, one more level of Spider Nest, then we could probably call it a day. My server is pretty much online. Once you get these two spells up to the thing. Still haven't found the talisman I'm interested in. Another ring of wizardry, but wizardry has like diminishing returns. The first one's very good at getting your spells online. The second one, not so much. And down the final leg of Spider. This is a very dangerous area. Especially for a spellcaster. Put this guy in the frost cloud so we can actually kill him. There we go. And then back up and heal. I don't have Sticky Flame, do I? Almost worth an amnesia just to have it online there. Alright. Alright, 2 lightning guys on me. Time for a resist potion. Okay, and I just attracted a ghost moth, so I need to blink away. Don't like it, but that's what happens. Let's push and petition for some healing. Yeah, let's haste and brilliance then. If I can blind this guy, he can't set my mana. Awesome, so now we can try to bombard him while I've got brilliance up. Ooh, alright, that's... Ooh. Two ghost moths, great. Do I have an invisibility potion? No. I'm gonna teleport here, because I don't want to fight these guys 2 at a time. Alright, cool. Alright, there was this poison, I forgot. It's annoying. But I can beat them to death. My stick. I know there's one more in there, so I gotta be careful. There's probably also more enemies. There we go. Alright. I'm not built for fighting, but ghost monsters are very strong in melee, so even then I can... Alright, it took a little bit, but we cleared Spider. That device, that's actually very interesting. That made my polar vortex stronger much later in the game. Ooh, that guy almost killed me. Alright, let's get hit points, I guess. And then ice magic up to infinite, basically. Once those get up, there's nothing else. Alright, so let's get rid of invisibility before I leave. Get my wisdom, or my willpower back. And yeah, the only spell I really want to learn is that polar vortex I got hanging out. I can kind of clear the rest of the... I can probably maybe clear vaults with LRD, get that online. I got amnesias later. That'd be very useful to get some guys in LRD or in vaults. And I can eventually get Ozcobra's Refrigeration online instead of OTR as sort of like the AoE blasting spell with my ice magic. But that's a little whiles away. Alright everybody, whoever was here, not much I assume, just a couple people popped in when they saw the stream live, but I understand people don't watch because it's not Spiral, and it's not Master Duel, and that's kind of what my channel's known for, but I really enjoyed this game and I play it on Saturdays and I hope you enjoyed that. This is probably like the first, I'd say quarter or first third of the game. Normally it's the first half of the game, but we're going to extend it and extend it to a whole nother thing. Yeah, I will see you guys next time. I might even play this tomorrow. We'll see. Have a good one. Bye.